Chapter 481 Need to find a way to kill it instantly. Lin Mo did not use the soul flame, because it was useless. He had tried it before. These thunder light beasts had no souls, they were more like puppets, a kind of combat tool. All that Lin Mo did took only a second. The next second, dense attacks exploded on the thunder light divine beast. Especially the skeleton berserkers, skills, which seemed extremely brutal under the blessing of the strong soldier's skill. With 276,000 strength, the attributes had reached a staggering 1.24 million through the dual blessing of the Lich Generals and the open black lens bracket strong soldier's close black lens bracket skill. In addition, the violent bombardment skill enhanced by 600% based on the strength attribute. This axe attack was equivalent to a normal attack with more than 8 million strength attributes. Terrifying power exploded on the thunder light divine beast, not only breaking through the defense but also causing huge damage. If this thunder light divine beast did not possess the vitality of a world-class boss, if it were just an ordinary monster with the same attributes, it would have been killed by an axe. But even with the vitality of a world-class boss, and possessing the trait of enhanced vitality, it could not withstand the bombardment of tens of thousands of skeleton berserkers in turn. What's more, the attacks of the skeleton grand mages and skeleton sharpshooters were not vegetarian either, and they could also cause considerable damage. Almost instantly, the Thunderlight Divine Beast had been severely damaged. 83. The Thunderlight Divine Beast shone brightly, and Lin Mo was shocked, immediately ordering the skeleton berserkers to retreat. He thought the Thunderlight Divine Beast was about to self-destruct. Suddenly, he realized something was wrong. The aura is wrong, it's not self-destruction, it's another skill. The aura of the Thunderlight Divine Beast had not become chaotic. Skill: 10 directions of thunder. In an instant, massive thunder orbs surged from all directions within the entire passage. If it were outside, it would definitely resound through the heavens and earth. But within the burial thunder canyon, it was silent. Although the thunder existed, it was as if it were buried, without a sound. But the more silent it was, the more eerie it felt. At this moment, Lin Mo's hair stood on end, and he felt a chill all over. He watched as the thunderlight exploded throughout the entire passage. All the undead legions, including himself, were enveloped in the thunderlight. The thunderlight flashed and retracted. It lasted for no more than half a second. Lin Mo felt as if he had stepped into the gates of hell. This one skill almost instantly killed the entire undead legion. And almost instantly killed him. Of course, Lin Mo knew he wouldn't die. With the undying aura, the undead legion wouldn't die either. But now it was just one Thunderlight Divine Beast, and next, he would have to face 2, or even 3. If there were 2 Thunderlight Divine Beasts, taking turns casting 10 directions of thunder, his life would be in danger. The key was that this skill was unavoidable. The entire passage was enveloped in thunder, and anyone in the passage would inevitably be attacked. No, I must change tactics. Lin Mo thought to himself. Dozens of healing spells landed on the Undead Legion simultaneously, and the Undead Legion recovered from near collapse. The strong soldier's skill state had only passed 5 seconds. The skeletons once again launched a barrage of attacks on the Thunderlight Divine Beast. Lin Mo stared at it intently, afraid it would use 10 directions of thunder again. Fortunately, until death arrived, it did not cast this skill again. The aura of the Thunderlight Divine Beast began to become unstable, and lightning rampaged around its body. It's going to self-destruct. Lin Mo quickly led the Undead Legion to retreat. The skeleton berserkers also retreated as much as possible. At this time, the Undead Legion, including himself, was entangled in thunderlight, and could not be recalled, so they could only increase the distance. Except for the skeleton berserkers, Lin Mo led the remaining Undead Legion to retreat to the entrance of the passage. At this time, it was about 2,000 meters away from the Thunderlight Divine Beast. This was why he had led the Thunderlight Divine Beast to run forward for more than 1,000 meters at the beginning. The purpose was to be able to create a sufficient safe distance when it self-destructed. Lin Mo didn't know if this distance was enough, he could only try. As for the skeleton berserkers, they could retreat as far as possible, which was also a helpless thing. The thunderlight lit up again, and Lin Mo instinctively closed his eyes. It was too dazzling. If he opened his eyes, he might go blind. Even with his eyes closed, he could still feel the light of the lightning coming in. Self-destruction range of 1,500 meters. The power is great, the undying aura has no effect. The comprehensive connection talent is not working. Through his senses, Lin Mo saw the skeleton berserkers dissolving in the thunderlight. Within the undying aura, after the skeleton berserkers were killed, they regained their life force, and then were killed again. The instantaneous damage was too great, rendering the comprehensive connection talent useless. Lin Mo sighed softly, this time it was even worse than last time. The huge range caused the skeleton berserkers to be completely destroyed. But at the same time, he was also rejoicing that his decision was not a problem. The self-destruction range of 1500 meters, if it was still the same as before, he would have no way to avoid it, and he would probably be in danger. Looking at the empty passage after the self-destruction, Lin Mo sighed and continued to move forward in the thunderlight. At the same time, he summoned new skeleton berserkers one by one. When Lin Mo stepped into the 8th passage, the strong soldier's skill had already recovered. This level was not difficult. With the strong soldier's skill, it was not a problem to deal with 2 thunderlight divine beasts. Even if they continuously cast the 10 directions of thunder skill twice, with the undying aura, the undead legion would not die. The only trouble was the self-destruction of the 2 thunderlight divine beasts. Lin Mo didn't know if the explosion range would increase if the 2 thunderlight divine beasts self-destructed together. According to previous experience, as long as they were not too far apart, the range would not change. For safety's sake, Lin Mo pulled the thunderlight divine beasts nearly 2,000 meters after the starfall. This left him with more than 3,000 meters of space. The result was as he expected, the self-destruction range of the 2 thunderlight divine beasts expanded to 2,000 meters. If it was still the same as the 7th level, there would be a lot of trouble. At best, he would be severely injured, and the undead legion would be almost completely destroyed. At worst, he could rest in peace here. The only price he paid was the complete annihilation of the skeleton berserkers. But this was not the first time, and Lin Mo was already mentally prepared. Although he felt extremely distressed, what could he do? Since things had come to this, he had to continue to move forward, there was no turning back. The 9th passage, also the last one. Lin Mo sat down in front of the passage. When facing 2 thunderlight divine beasts before, 2 consecutive waves of the 10 directions of thunder skill caused the undying aura to enter cooldown. He had to wait another 24 hours, until the undying aura recovered. Over the countless years, I wonder if anyone has ever walked inside. Lin Mo looked at the 6 passages in front of him, lost in thought. He knew he had to choose the leftmost first passage. Choosing correctly time after time, path after path, being able to choose correctly every time, and finally coming here, there should be very few people. What's more, this place has a forbidden zone level of difficulty. Lin Mo felt that he was the first human race professional to come here in thousands of years. While resting, Lin Mo thought about how to pass the next level. 3 thunderlight divine beasts, the level should be 82. With the strong soldier's skill, I can probably kill 2. But the 3 10 directions of thunder skills are enough to instantly kill me and the undead legion. In this case, I must prevent them from casting 10 directions of thunder, at least prevent 1. Lin Mo knew that the limit of his team was to withstand 2 consecutive 10 directions of thunder. Since this was the case, he had to kill one of them in seconds, so that he could have a grasp of the situation. 84. Lin Mo took out the solidified essence blood of the fire god. Using it to summon a flame lich can unleash a self-detonation attack roughly at the pseudo-god level. But this is still not foolproof. If it fails to kill the opponent, then he will be the one to die instead. After pondering, Lin Mo put away the fire god's essence blood and took out the corpse of the god of poison. Instantly, intense poison spread, and the surrounding flowers and plants instantly rotted. The god of poison was covered in poison from head to toe. Wherever it went, nothing could grow. Lin Mo then took out a jade bottle and began to extract essence blood. With a god's corpse in hand, there was plenty of essence blood to be had. Lin Mo decided to try using the essence blood of the god of poison to summon a poison lich, and similarly use self-detonation to deal with the thunderlight divine beast. Using self-detonation against self-detonation, it would then depend on who was stronger. This was also one of Lin Mo's current trump cards. It's always good to have a backup plan. Besides preparing the essence blood of the god of poison, Lin Mo also left 10,000 skeleton sharpshooters outside the passage. He also left 10 lich generals for them. This way, they wouldn't have to endure the attacks of the 10 directions thunder. In case the poison lich's self-detonation couldn't stop the 10 directions thunder skill. This could be considered a glimmer of hope. A day later, when the undying aura recovered, Lin Mo, holding the essence blood of the god of poison and leaving behind 10,000 skeleton sharpshooters, resolutely stepped into the 9th level. Chapter 482, Everything is calculated. The 9th passage, the last passage, is also the most difficult one. According to the terrain map given by Antares, as long as he passes through this passage, he can reach the location of the giant crystal. Then, by dripping the blood given by Antares onto the crystal, he can complete the transaction with Antares. While waiting for the undying aura to cool down, Lin Mo had already thought out the specific tactics, and now he was implementing them step by step. As long as there are no accidents, there should be no problems. Lin Mo doesn't like accidents, so he always prepares multiple backup plans. Leaving 10,000 skeleton sharpshooters outside the passage is one of them. Even after entering the passage and the path of retreat disappeared, Lin Mo tried to summon back a skeleton sharpshooter. Upon discovering that there were no problems, he finally felt relieved. The disappearance of the passage did not affect his ability to summon skeletons back and forth. As Lin Mo advanced, thunderlight silently flickered and exploded. Compared to when he first entered the Thunder Burial Canyon, the thunderlight within the valley had reached 5.5 times its original power. Equivalent to 310,000 constitution, the bone armor was like paper. Lin Mo only advanced 500 meters before stopping to rest. While resting, he glanced at the 3 bright, twinkling stars above his head. 3 stars, 3 thunderlight divine beasts as high as level 83. Lin Mo took a deep breath, finished resting, and continued to advance. At 990 meters, Lin Mo stopped again and rested again. Finally, he put away all the skeleton berserkers. After taking another deep breath, Lin Mo suddenly rushed out. The moment he stepped out of the 1,000-meter mark, without a fraction of difference, the 3 stars in the sky fell simultaneously. Amidst the starlight, 3 thunderlight divine beasts charged towards Lin Mo. The red light curse and the blue ice lich appeared at the same time. The speed of the 3 thunderlight divine beasts immediately slowed down. Lin Mo dragged them and continued running deeper into the passage, without looking back. The lich generals inside and outside the passage began to busy themselves with healing. As long as the undead legion was still there, Lin Mo would not die. Lin Mo ran extremely fast, completely disregarding the lightning exploding on his body. This time, he ran extremely far, running over 2,000 meters in one breath. At this point, he was about 3,000 meters away from the entrance of the passage. 3,000 meters was the distance he had envisioned. Even if the 3 thunderlight divine beasts self-detonated together, it should be enough to avoid. There are rules existing within the Thunder Burial Canyon, and there are no accidents. Whether it's encountering enemies at 1,000 meters or the self-detonation of the thunderlight divine beasts, they are all predetermined rules. He has now grasped most of the rules and knows what to do. 5,000 skeleton berserkers appeared, quickly taking over the aggro from Lin Mo and besieging the 3 thunderlight divine beasts. Lin Mo quickly retreating to 1,000 meters away. He did not use that strong soldier's skill, but first took out the essence blood of the god of poison and began to summon a poison lich. Soon, a poison lich with an extremely unstable aura appeared before him. The poison lich charged over as if teleporting. The 3 thunderlight divine beasts were surrounded by the skeleton berserkers, almost gathered together. This was also pre-designed by Lin Mo, gathering them together so that the poison lich would self-detonate in the center of the 3. If the self-detonation was done well, they could be poisoned to death together. This way, not only would he not have to endure the damage of the 10 directions thunder, but even the self-detonation damage of the thunderlight divine beasts could be avoided. After releasing the poison lich, Lin Mo retreated again as a precaution. In the summoning space, he still retained 5,000 skeleton berserkers, just in case. In case they were poisoned to death, the skeleton berserkers could still deliver the finishing blow. After all, the explosive power of the skeleton berserkers is undoubtedly the best in the undead legion, especially when combined with the strong soldier's skill. Lin Mo estimated all possible situations, reducing the occurrence of accidents as much as possible. The poison lich was being blasted by thunderlight along the way, and its aura became increasingly chaotic. While retreating, Lin Mo kept his eyes fixed on the poison lich, really afraid that it would be blasted into self-detonation by the thunderlight halfway. It wasn't until he personally saw the poison lich arrive at the expected self-detonation point that Lin Mo breathed a sigh of relief. Green gas silently exploded in the canyon, engulfing all 3 thunderlight divine beasts. The self-detonation range of the poison lich was not large, only about 30 to 40 meters. The Thunderlight divine beasts, on the other hand, were huge, with a body length of about 20 meters. If Lin Mo hadn't calculated accurately, it would have been difficult for the poison to cover them all. In the intense poisonous gas, the bodies of the 3 Thunderlight divine beasts were rotting at a speed visible to the naked eye. The Thunderlight divine beasts were not real life forms, and they did not scream. As their bodies rotted, Thunderlight was also leaking out. For a time, Thunderlight flickered everywhere. Lin Mo's gaze suddenly narrowed, and he finally understood that the Thunderlight divine beasts were entirely composed of electric elements. Every inch of their bodies was electric elements, which he hadn't noticed before. Now that their bodies were rotting and a large amount of electric elements were leaking out, he finally discovered it. The Thunderlight divine beasts were combat puppets purely composed of electric elements. How powerful must the existence be that could create such puppets? Compared to the dragon race's war puppets, the Thunderlight divine beasts were simply insignificant, with no comparability at all. The Thunderlight suddenly surged up, and Lin Mo sensed danger, immediately retreating rapidly. All the undead legion in the passage also retreated. The Thunderlight divine beasts were about to self-detonate. Their mechanism is to self-detonate when the damage reaches a certain level. The self-detonation of the poison lich made them reach the brink of death in just over a second. 85. Directly skipping the 10 thunder skills, they began to self-destruct. Lin Mo was frantically retreating, he didn't have much time, no more than 2 seconds. Seeking fresh flowers. Thunderlight illuminated the passage, the 3 Thunderlight divine beasts self-destructed, covering a range of 2,000 meters. All the skeleton berserkers died without any suspense. However, this loss was the smallest compared to the previous 2 times. This was also because Lin Mo used the blood essence of the god of poison, and also accumulated experience from the previous 2 times. After the self-destruction, the passage was empty. Only a mass of green poison still existed, it would last for a long time and would not dissipate for a while. 3 more stars appeared in the air, the stars were dim and needed a long time to recover. Finally over, Lin Mo sighed and walked forward. Where's the Thunderlight? He didn't see any Thunderlight when he walked. He understood after a little thought. He cleared the stage. Solving the 3 Thunderlight divine beasts meant he had completely passed the test. If even the Thunderlight divine beasts could be solved, what were those lightning bolts in the passage? There was no need for them to exist. 0. Lin Mo could probably guess the thoughts of the person who set up the assessment. He recalled the undead legion, replenishing the berserkers while walking forward. When he finished the 10,000-meter passage, the undead legion had been completely replenished. Strong soldier skill, undying aura, poison god's blood essence, fire god's blood essence, everything was available. The peak combat power also filled Lin Mo with confidence. His mentality at this time was completely different from when he first arrived in the lower space. Outside the passage was a small square. At the very end of the square, a giant crystal stood, connected to the canyon. Lin Mo didn't immediately step into the square. He stood outside the square, carefully observing. He had reached the final moment, and he would never capsize in the gutter. The square was covered with all kinds of strange runes. Lin Mo didn't recognize them, but he had seen similar ones. These were the runes of the gods. It was a kind of language among the gods. Divine runes had many uses, they could be used to transmit information, and they could also be used to depict magic arrays. This square was circular, covered with runes, and looked like some kind of magic array. Lin Mo looked at it for a long time, but couldn't figure it out. If he wanted to get to the crystal, he had to pass through this square. After hesitating for a moment, Lin Mo suddenly laughed. What's the point of thinking so much, there's no way out anyway. He realized that he was being too careful, he had no way out at all. What else could he do if he didn't go? He placed the undead legion outside the square, Lin Mo prepared himself and walked in. The moment Lin Mo stepped into the square, the entire square lit up. A large number of purple crystals emerged from the ground, the crystals looked like crystals and were very beautiful. One could also see electric currents flickering inside. These were all crystals with electrical elements. The next second, all the purple crystals shot into Lin Mo's body like lightning. Chapter 483. The entire abysses wanted Lin Mo. The bone armor didn't react, indicating that these charged crystals were harmless. Lin Mo felt a warm current flowing through his body. The weak current brought a tingling sensation, not painful, but a little itchy. Then he received a prompt. The upper limit of electric element immunity is increased by 1%. The upper limit of electric element immunity is increased by 1%. 10 identical messages in a row, the upper limit of electric element immunity increased by 10%. Before, in the corpse realm, he was continuously struck by creation lightning, and his electric element immunity increased from 50% to 80%. Then it never moved again. Later Lin Mo learned that no matter what kind of element immunity, 80% was the upper limit. Unless there was a special opportunity, it was difficult to break the upper limit. Unexpectedly, now the upper limit was broken, from 80% to 90%. If there was a suitable treasure, he could increase his electric element immunity to 90%. Lin Mo knew that this should be the reward for clearing the stage. This reward was a dream for those who pursued the limit and dreamed of becoming a super god. In addition to the electric element, he also had the spinal cord of the poisonous flood dragon in his hand, 193, which could also increase the upper limit of poison element immunity. It was just that he had to try it to know how much it could be increased. After all the crystals entered Lin Mo's body, the light on the square quickly dimmed, and Lin Mo also came to the giant crystal. The crystal was very high, about 5 meters. Lin Mo could feel that the crystal contained terrifying energy. This energy seemed a little familiar, as if he had seen it somewhere. A bead was sealed in the transparent crystal. The moment he saw the bead, Lin Mo immediately remembered that this energy was the energy of the bead that Zhang Yi gave him. The two were almost exactly the same. The bead in the crystal was exactly the same as the bead Zhang Yi gave him. Back then, Antares' transaction with Zhang Yi was to find similar beads. Unexpectedly, Antares' transaction with him was also to find such beads. This bead should be very important to Antares, but what is it used for? Lin Mo's eyes were filled with contemplation. He didn't understand the function of the bead, not to mention him, even Meng Anwen, who was knowledgeable, didn't understand. Antares would not tell him the answer. What was certain was that this bead was very important to Antares. Lin Mo couldn't figure it out, so he didn't think too much, took out the blood given by Antares, and put it on the crystal. The outer film of the blood shattered after touching the crystal, and a refreshing fragrance immediately permeated. So fragrant, Lin Mo took a deep breath, feeling a sense of well-being throughout his body. Antares' blood was so fragrant. Lin Mo almost couldn't help but want to take a bite. The blood quickly seeped into the crystal, and the crystal quickly melted in front of Lin Mo. Lin Mo had already prepared the corresponding box, and the moment the crystal melted, revealing the bead, he grabbed the bead in his hand. 86. He once obtained a bead from Zhang Yi, identical to the one before him. Lin Mo Yu examined it for a long time but couldn't discern anything. "You brat, did you get the Dragon Ball?" Antares' voice suddenly rang out. The voice seemed to come from the Dragon Ball, but it directly echoed in his head. Here, sound cannot be transmitted, so Antares directly communicated with Lin Mo Yu using mental power. Lin Mo Yu wasn't surprised at all, he knew Antares definitely had the ability to contact him. Lin Mo Yu responded with his mental power as well, "That's right, I got it." At that moment, the Dragon Ball shimmered, and numerous lines appeared on it. The lines intertwined to form an extremely profound rune, and Antares continued, "Then come back, activate the teleportation array on the Dragon Ball, and you can directly return to the upper space." Lin Mo Yu shook his head, "I still have some things to do in the lower space, I'll come back after I finish them." Antares was silent for a long time on the other end. Seeing this, Lin Mo Yu subtly raised the corners of his mouth. It seems Antares values the Dragon Ball very much. Otherwise, it wouldn't hesitate. But I guess it won't let me go back immediately. To appear less anxious, it will let me arrange it myself. Lin Mo Yu thought in his heart, guessing Antares' next reaction. Sure enough, after a few seconds, Antares said, "That's fine too, you can come back after you finish your business. You can activate the Dragon Ball at any time, and it will take you back to the upper space. After you come back, I will give you everything I promised you before. You can also be considered to have passed my first small test, and we can have a good discussion about a real transaction." As expected, Antares answered exactly like that. In fact, Lin Mo Yu could already sense that Antares was a little anxious. The Dragon Ball was clearly very important to it. But in order not to let Lin Mo Yu think the Dragon Ball was important, it called this a small test. "Believe you and I'll be a ghost." Lin Moyu said softly, "Okay, I'll go back after I finish my business." After saying that, Lin Moyu put away the Dragon Ball. At least with it in his hand, he had another choice. He could either return to the upper space or go to the abyss world. There was one more way out. After the crystal melted, Lin Moyu saw a cave entrance. Originally, the entrance was hidden behind the crystal, but now that the crystal had melted, the entrance was revealed. A hidden cave, what could be inside? Lin Moyu felt an unusual aura emanating from the cave. He had sensed this aura many times before, and it seemed to be related to the gods. Combining the various situations in the Burial Thunder Canyon, a guess was born in Lin Moyu's heart. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu had several skeleton berserkers clear the way in front, and then walked in. At the moment when Lin Moyu obtained the Dragon Ball, a sharp howl came from somewhere in the ancient battlefield, in the deep space. The howl was extremely sharp, directly tearing through space and entering the abyss. In the center of the abyss, the Demon Emperor's palace shook violently. The Demon Emperor's phantom emerged in the abyss. Investigate, who has been to the ancient battlefield, the lower space, Burial Thunder Canyon in the past few days. Investigate, who has been to the ancient battlefield, the lower space, Burial Thunder Canyon in the past few days. The Demon Emperor's voice echoed back and forth throughout the entire abyss. The voice contained the Demon Emperor's anger, and all the demons were trembling. The timid demons had already prostrated themselves on the ground, wetting their pants. Black Sky Demon King frowned. He realized that the Demon Emperor was looking for Lin Moyu. His clone was poisoned to death at the entrance of Burial Thunder Canyon. Moreover, in the past few days, the Succubus Queen had already spread the news about Lin Moyu in Burial Thunder Canyon. Many Demon Kings in the abyss knew about it. However, this time Black Sky Demon King did not speak, because he knew that the Demon Emperor would get the news soon. There were plenty of people who would pass the news about Lin Moyu to the Demon Emperor. The Succubus Queen was one of them. Sure enough, in less than a few minutes, the Demon Emperor already knew the answer. Spare no expense, kill Lin Moyu, the successful one will be rewarded with a law treasure. The Demon Emperor's new order spread throughout the abyss, and all the Abyss Demon Kings were shaken. With the Demon Emperor's order, Lin Moyu was wanted throughout the entire abyss. This kind of thing had not happened many times in history. No one could imagine what Lin Moyu had done to provoke the Demon Emperor to issue a kill order. Black Sky Demon King trembled. He actually rewards a law treasure. His eyes showed desire. He very much wanted the law treasure. The Rotten Demon King next to him chuckled. The Demon Emperor is really generous, but I'm afraid this law treasure won't be easy to get. Black Sky Demon King sneered. Yes, Lin Moyu is not easy to kill. Rotten Demon King, are you interested? Rotten Demon King shook his head. This Demon King is still studying poison, let others do this kind of fighting. Black Sky Demon King's eyes were gloomy. If there was a chance, he would definitely kill Lin Moyu. But he also knew that Lin Moyu was not easy to kill. 5.0. In the Succubus Queen's palace, the Succubus Queen lazily lay on her throne, her posture extremely seductive and charming. Mina stood respectfully to the side. Demon Queen, should we go? The Succubus Queen chuckled. Go do what? To die? I don't know what Lin Moyu did in Burial Thunder Canyon to anger the Demon Emperor. But the more this is the case, the more dangerous Lin Moyu is. Believe me, we can't kill him, and if we oppose him, there will be danger instead. It's better this way, let those guys go to die. Mina completely believed the Succubus Queen's words. She also knew how difficult Lin Moyu was to deal with. She had long given up the idea of killing Lin Moyu in her heart. Now that the Succubus Queen didn't want to kill him, she was relieved instead. Lin Moyu was too terrifying. She never wanted to deal with Lin Moyu again. The cave was not as dark as expected. Electric light constantly flowed on the cave walls, bringing light. Lin Moyu saw many fist-sized crystals embedded in the cave walls. Essence of electricity element. Contains the purest electricity element, can permanently enhance electricity element immunity. Chapter 484. Even if I am resurrected, I will no longer be me. Electricity element immunity permanently increased by 1%. Lin Moyu took a piece of the essence of electricity element in his hand and activated it with his mental power. The essence of electricity element immediately drilled into his body like flowing water, and then he received a prompt. Although it only increased by 1%, Lin Moyu was very satisfied. After all, He already had 80% electricity element immunity, the upper limit was 90%, and the 10% increase in between was quite difficult. The essence of electricity element contained extremely pure electricity element, which, in Lin Mo Yu's perception, was much purer than lightning gems. If someone without any electricity element immunity used it, it could probably directly increase their electricity element immunity to over 50%. But this kind of immunity is more difficult to increase the closer it is to the upper limit. Unless there are treasures similar to the poison god stone, reaching 80% in one go, the upper limit for ordinary people. 87. The first piece of lightning essence increased lightning resistance by 1%, bringing the resistance to 81%. Then it took another 2 pieces to reach 82%. The closer to the limit, the more difficult it became to improve. Next, it took 3 pieces to increase it to 83%, and the demand was constantly increasing. Fortunately, there were enough lightning essences in the cave. Lin Mo walked, collected, and activated them. Soon, his lightning resistance had reached 90%, reaching the limit again. If he wanted to break the limit again, he would need a stroke of luck. However, Lin Mo had a faint feeling that the opportunity might be just ahead. Although he had reached the limit of lightning resistance, Lin Mo did not hesitate to collect the rare lightning essences. Although there were no tiers for lightning essences, in the eyes of many people, it was comparable to a legendary treasure. The lightning element in the cave had accumulated for many years to gather these lightning essences, and now they were all taken by Lin Mo. The cave wasn't too long, only about 1,000 meters. He quickly reached the end. At this time, there were more than 500 lightning essences in Lin Mo's storage space. The value of these alone was immeasurable. At the other end of the cave, Lin Mo saw a huge cavern located in the belly of the mountain. It was full of dense lightning, but strangely, there was still no sound. Lightning flowed silently in the cavern, with electric snakes densely packed, flowing like water. Lin Mo swallowed and muttered, as expected. It really is the lightning god's palace. His voice disappeared as soon as it came out. Sound could not be transmitted here. All sounds disappeared here, maintaining absolute silence. He saw a magnificent palace. The palace was the source of all lightning. Whether it was this cave or the entire burial lightning canyon, the lightning god's palace in front of him was the source. Lin Mo knew he wouldn't be mistaken. The lightning god's palace had a special symbol, which was a lightning god's sword. And in his hand, he had the exact same lightning god's sword. Lightning god's sword. The lightning god's sword, the key to open the lightning god's palace. When he obtained the lightning god's sword, he already knew that it was the key to open the lightning god's palace. But no one knew where the lightning god's palace was. No one would have thought that the lightning god's palace would be in a deadly place like the burial lightning canyon. Lin Mo came to the front of the lightning god's palace. The palace gate was tightly closed. In front of the gate, there was a lightning stone, and there was a gap in the lightning stone. Lin Mo understood, took out the lightning god's sword, and directly inserted it into the gap. The lightning god's sword suddenly burst out with brilliant electric light, reflecting each other with the lightning in the air. For a time, the entire cavern became an ocean of lightning. Lin Mo stood in the sea of electricity, letting the lightning fall on him, unmoved. As the holder of the lightning god's sword, these lightning bolts not only did not harm him, but also carried a hint of affection. Lin Mo did feel emotions from the lightning. These lightning elements seemed to be welcoming, cheering, and their emotions were high. The palace gate slowly opened in the lightning, and Lin Mo stepped in. The palace had been sealed for many years, and finally welcomed a new guest. The lightning god, like the poison god, was a mid-level god. And in the legends about the gods, the lightning god was more powerful than the poison god. The lightning god's strength was very close to a high-level god. Lin Mo had seen the lightning god's phantom before. It died in the hands of the king of desolate beasts. Lin Mo sighed for it at the time. The history of that year had been submerged in time, and no one knew what happened between the gods and the desolate beasts. Perhaps the answer could be found in the lightning god's palace. The palace was not big, there was nothing but simple furnishings. Every plant and tree here was made of lightning element. I don't know how many years have passed, and only elements can be maintained for many years. If it was something else, it might have decayed in time long ago. Passing through the front hall, Lin Mo came to the main hall. Lin Mo looked at the main hall. A corner of the main hall was missing. Lin Mo felt the aura of a past battle. He realized that a battle had broken out in the lightning god's palace. Was someone attacking the palace? Lin Mo thought in his heart. Entering the main hall, he saw a corpse. God's corpse. The same God's corpse as the poison god. The lightning god's corpse. I don't know how many years have passed, its corpse is still intact. Huge lightning bolts wrapped around the corpse like armor. The lightning was so thick that it flowed slowly. All over the body, only the space between the eyebrows had no lightning, leaving a little space. And under this space, above the eyebrows, there was a mark of a small grass. Lin Mo understood and put the lightning grass on it. Lightning grass can be used to awaken the lightning god. The lightning grass was absorbed by the lightning god, and lightning was also released from the eyebrows, merging with the lightning that enveloped the whole body. In an instant, the electric light greatly increased, and Lin Mo quickly took 2 steps back. The lightning god's corpse slowly awakened in the electric light. Lin Mo looked at the other party nervously, he didn't know whether what he did was right or wrong. If the lightning god had malice towards him, he would be dead. Faced with a true god, his lich self-destruction method may not be useful. Perhaps detonating the poison god's corpse was the only way. Lin Mo was once moved by the loneliness of the lightning god's sword, and promised the lightning god's sword that if there was a chance, he would awaken its master. Now he has fulfilled his promise. But at the same time, Lin Mo was also prepared. If the lightning god was hostile to him, he would fight to the death and carry out the act of slaughtering God. In Lin Mo's attention, the lightning god slowly took off, and the lightning all over his body began to converge towards his eyebrows. Soon, the lightning disappeared, revealing the true face of the lightning god. A woman. Lin Mo was slightly stunned, he didn't expect the lightning god to be a woman. She was tall and looked no different from the human race. The 2 pairs of lightning wings on her back fluttered slowly, very beautiful. Outside the lightning god's palace, the lightning god's sword flew in as a flash of lightning and instantly landed in her hand. Lin Mo was extremely vigilant at this moment, and would act if anything was wrong. The lightning god held the lightning god's sword, gently stroked it, and opened his eyes. 88. Lin Mo was stunned. Those eyes revealed an unimaginable solitude. It was a feeling of loneliness that was beyond words. It was as if all his family and friends had left, and he was the only one left in the whole world. The emotion of loneliness spread throughout the palace, infecting Lin Mo. Lin Mo then realized that the god of Thunder's sword's sense of loneliness came from this. He also understood why there was no sound here. It was because the god of Thunder didn't like to talk, so all the sounds here were erased. The god of Thunder stroked the god of Thunder's sword with nostalgia, like an old friend. "Thank you, human child." The voice sounded directly in Lin Mo's mind. The god of Thunder didn't speak, it communicated directly with mental thoughts. Lin Mo did the same. "I promised the god of Thunder sword that I would awaken its master. This is my closest comrade. To be able to see it again before I die, I have no regrets." Lin Mo was shocked. "Aren't you alive?" "Alive?" The god of Thunder slowly raised his head to look at Lin Mo. "This is just a wisp of my remnant soul entrusted to the electric grass. My soul was destroyed in that great battle long ago." Lin Mo asked almost instinctively, "Can't you be resurrected? I know it's hard for gods to die." The god of Thunder shook his head. "It's too difficult. Even if I am resurrected, it will no longer be me. What's the point of resurrecting? That great battle was too cruel, and all the backups I prepared were ineffective. I am not afraid of death, but it is a pity that I died too late. My comrades are gone, my compatriots are dead, and I am the only one left. It's enough to see the god of Thunder sword at the end." A touch of sadness was added to the lonely emotion, along with a bit of detachment. It could be seen that the god of Thunder had no fear of death. Lin Mo asked again, "Did the king of the wild beasts kill you?" The god of Thunder chuckled, "Sort of, but not really. Human child, what is the world outside like now?" Chapter 485. Complete immunity to electric elements. The god of Thunder's tone was slightly amiable. It seemed to have a good relationship with the human race, calling him, "human child." It reminded Lin Mo of the god of life in the corpse realm. The god of life seemed to be the same, with a friendly relationship with the human race. But the god of poison was different. From this, Lin Mo could analyze that there should also be factions among the gods. Since there are gods who are close to the human race, are there also gods who are hostile to the human race and close to the abyss demons? It seemed possible. The world of the gods seemed a bit complicated. Lin Mo spoke about the current situation of the human race. After listening, the god of Thunder said softly, "It seems they didn't succeed. Antares is still there, right?" Lin Mo nodded. It is in the upper space of the eternal battlefield, in the core area. The voice of the God of Thunder gradually softened. It's good that it's there. With it there, the world is safe. Lin Mo asked, did Antares protect this world? The God of Thunder didn't answer. Lin Mo could tell that it didn't like to talk. It had mostly listened to him speak earlier. Now, the aura on the God of Thunder's body began to weaken. It seemed to be leaving soon. The voice of the God of Thunder sounded in his mind again, I'm leaving, human child. Work hard to become a super god. Only by becoming a super god will you have the qualifications. After saying this, the God of Thunder stopped talking. Its body was once again enveloped by lightning. Lin Mo firmly remembered its last sentence, only by becoming a super god will you have the qualifications. It stroked the God of Thunder's sword one last time, and then the God of Thunder's sword disintegrated silently. It seemed that everything about the God of Thunder was created by electric elements. Including the God of Thunder's sword as well. It had played the electric elements to the extreme, reaching an unbelievable level. Pure electric elements seemed to be able to transform into everything. Lin Mo didn't understand what level of power this was. The disintegrated God of Thunder's sword turned into a sky full of starlight, enveloping Lin Mo, and the starlight turned into electric currents that seeped into his body. The bone armor didn't react, indicating that the electric current was harmless. The upper limit of electric element immunity increased by 1%. Electric element immunity permanently increased by 1%. The upper limit of electric element immunity increased by 1%. Electric element immunity permanently increased by 1%. ... Two messages appeared alternately. In the blink of an eye, Lin Mo found that his electric element immunity had reached 100%. From then on, he was completely immune to electric elements. All the electric elements in the world could not hurt him. This is, Lin Mo couldn't help but ask in surprise. A gift. The God of Thunder gave out 2 words at the end, and then its body also disintegrated in the lightning. For a time, the burial Thunder Canyon shook non-stop, and thunder roared. Deafening thunder echoed in his ears. The sound has returned. Lin Mo knew that the God of Thunder was gone, truly gone, at the same time as he heard the sound. The God of Thunder in front of him had completely disintegrated, turning into 10,000 points of thunder light. In the 10,000 points of thunder light, 2 rays of light shot out and disappeared into Lin Mo's head. Gained a middle godhead. Gained the God of Thunder's godhood. Middle godhead. Absorb the godhead to become a god, or comprehend the power in the godhead to become a god-level powerhouse. God of Thunder godhood. Fuse the godhood to become the new God of Thunder. Lin Mo saw the godhead belonging to the God of Thunder in his mind. It looked similar to the godhead of the God of Poison, but the godhead of the God of Thunder seemed more exquisite and complex. Especially the patterns on the godhead, which were more mysterious, revealing an unclear aura. Beside the godhead of the God of Thunder, the godhood throne was clearly visible. Lin Mo didn't expect to obtain godhead and godhood again. However, he knew that this was given to him by the God of Thunder voluntarily. Lin Mo said softly, if I have the opportunity in the future, I will find a suitable person to inherit the godhead and godhood and become the new God of Thunder. The starlight after the God of Thunder disintegrated finally converged into 10 crystal-like substances, which also fell into Lin Mo's hands. When he received these things, Lin Mo trembled and almost couldn't hold them. These 10 crystals were surprisingly heavy, each weighing 10,000 pounds. Something less than half a fist in size weighed 10,000 pounds, which shocked Lin Mo. 89. He could feel that the crystal contained a very peculiar power, one he had never encountered before. The level of this power seemed to surpass even the essence blood of the God of Poison. It was more pure and terrifying. Lin Mo felt that if he used it to summon an elemental lich, self-destruction would be inevitable, and the power would be extremely frightening. Law God Crystal Lightning mythical grade material, possesses the power of the law of lightning element. Lin Mo came into contact with the term, law, for the first time. No matter which document or which period of history, he had never heard of laws. Law of lightning element, Lin Mo didn't understand, but he felt it should be very high-end. The entire palace began to shake. Its master was gone, and it began to collapse. Lin Mo ran out of the palace and found that the entire cavern and the entire mountain were shaking, on the verge of collapse. Go! Without any hesitation, Lin Mo ran out quickly. As he ran out of the cave, the entire cave collapsed with a roar. Boom! Boom! Outside, lightning and thunder raged in the burial Thunder Canyon. It was no longer silent but went to the other extreme. The thunder was extremely loud, resounding throughout the entire wind and thunder continent. It was raining, and Lin Mo Yu felt a sense of sadness from the rain. It was as if even the rain was weeping for the departure of the god of thunder. Rain of divine fall. Only a few days apart, the ancient battlefield, the human world, once again experienced the rain of divine fall. Antares opened its huge eyes. The god of thunder has finally left. I didn't expect that brat to bring the thunder god sword and electric grass in. Its tone also carried a hint of nostalgia, and then it muttered, but this is also good, out with the old, in with the new. You've been lonely for so many years, this time you can finally be free. ... In the burial thunder canyon, the stars in the sky transformed into lightning divine beasts, roaring madly. Lin Mo Yu heard the roar of the lightning divine beast for the first time, no different from thunder. In the roar, 10,000 thunders fell into the burial thunder canyon. The lightning divine beast also seemed to be saddened by the fall of the god of thunder. This burial thunder canyon was actually the graveyard of the god of thunder. At this moment, his eyes lit up slightly. He saw a large number of small grasses growing vigorously on the earth, in the rain. Electric grass. The small grasses had the appearance of electric grass, but they were not yet electric grass. Electric grass was the main body of the god of thunder. Perhaps one day, a new electric grass would re-emerge by chance and transform into a new god of thunder. If there really was such a day, Lin Mo Yu would give the god of thunder's position to it. Let it become the new god of thunder. ... The heavy rain in the human world had just stopped not long ago, and it rained again without warning. Most people felt that the weather had become so strange, raining whenever it wanted, and it was happening all over the world. Only a few people knew the inside story. Meng Anwen's eyes showed incomprehension. How come another god has fallen? Gods haven't died much in the past 1,000 years, how come to have died all of a sudden? In the palm of his hand, the divine shadow was spinning non-stop. He couldn't find the root cause. At the deepest part of the Creation God Academy, a light soared into the sky. In the light, a huge 8 trigrams compass could be vaguely seen. Okay, Zhao. Lin Mo Han stood side by side with an old man with white hair. Lin Mo Han asked softly, "Teacher, can you figure it out?" The old man shook his head. "I can't figure it out, I only know that it should be related to a human." At this time, Lin Mo Han gently raised her jade hand. A drop of blood flew from her fingertip. With a flowery smile, "Teacher, then help me calculate how little Yu is doing." The old man glanced at Lin Mo Han. "Ah, you, how many times have you calculated this?" "Every time a drop of blood. How much blood have you wasted?" Lin Mo Han smiled playfully. "What's the matter with wasting a little blood? Teacher, please help me calculate." "Okay." The old man was helpless and could only calculate. The 8 trigrams compass absorbed Lin Mo Han's blood, and through the blood connection between the two, he calculated Lin Mo Yu. "Your brother is safe and sound, don't worry." Then the teacher gave a light. How did he go to the lower space?" Lin Mo Han was stunned. "Little Yu is level 70. How could it be so fast?" The old man shook his head. "No, he is still level 50. Level 50 went to the lower space. Little Han, your brother is amazing." The old man immediately knew how Lin Mo Yu went. Lin Mo Han said with pride, "That's for sure, little Yu is the best." Chapter 486 Second Origin Rune. Burial Thunder Canyon did not completely collapse due to the fall of the God of Thunder. Although the God of Thunder was gone, the power it left behind still maintained the operation of Burial Thunder Canyon. The small square outside the Thunder God's tomb would still exist, and if someone was lucky enough to come there, they could still receive rewards. Unfortunately, they could no longer enter the Thunder God's tomb and see the Thunder God's palace. At this time, many electric grasses grew in Burial Thunder Canyon, swaying in the lightning. "It's time to go." Lin Mo Yu took one last look at the collapsed cave canyon, and was about to leave when he suddenly stopped again. Behind the collapsed mountain, Lin Mo Yu saw a stone tablet. His eyes shrank suddenly, and he flew over at the fastest speed. The stone tablet was hidden in the mountain, and it only appeared when the mountain collapsed. The stone tablet was engraved with complex runes. These runes were flamboyant, and it was impossible to see what they meant. But no matter who could see it, these runes were extremely extraordinary. Lin Mo Yu couldn't understand it for the time being. It doesn't matter if you don't understand, just know what it is. Origin Rune. Lin Mo Yu never thought that there would be Origin Rune hidden in the mountain. I almost missed it. Mental power was used, and the stone tablet was immediately activated. The stone tablet drilled into Lin Moyu's body like flowing water, and then, a red light soared into the sky. The soldier character on the back of his left hand was also shining, seemingly echoing the newly acquired origin rune. How strong the origin rune is, only those who have personally experienced it will understand. That strong soldier skill brought by that soldier character, I don't know how many times it has saved myself and helped me kill powerful enemies. If I can get another equally powerful skill. The soaring red light immediately attracted the attention of countless people. 760. 90. Everyone knew the meaning of the red light. The owner of the red light would become the target of public criticism within 10 days. Unlike the last time, when people came to his door passively, this time Lin Moyu's eyes surged with killing intent. It seems I have to start another massacre, but this time it's my turn to find you. Lin Moyu, bearing the soaring red light, vibrated his lightning undead wings and shot away like lightning. When he first set foot on the Wind and Thunder continent, Lin Moyu encountered an attack from the Dragon Clan. At that time, he decided that after resolving the transaction with Antares, he would go to the Dragon Clan's base to find out what was going on. To see what the Dragon Clan was up to, and whether those War General level war puppets could be mass-produced. If that was the case, it would not be a good thing for the human race. Although he was not afraid, the top professionals in the human race army would be in danger on the battlefield. Moreover, before he set off for the ancient battlefield, news of the Dragon Clan's preparations for war had already spread. War was not far away. After 1,000 years of silence, the Dragon Clan had only launched 2 relatively small-scale wars after its return. They couldn't possibly stop there, they must be preparing for a larger-scale war. The hatred between races cannot be easily erased. Lin Moyu flew at low altitude, still paying close attention to the wind flowers. The wind flowers' actions were too strange, and Lin Moyu didn't want to provoke the wind flower groups for the time being. Lin Moyu constantly compared the map and changed direction. He was looking for the Dragon Clan, and the Dragon Clan and demons were also looking for him. The red light of the origin rune was too conspicuous, and the Dragon Clan and demons were rushing over like moths to a flame. When they saw that the guy who obtained the origin rune was actually a level 52 human race professional, they were also excited that they lost their minds. They didn't even think about why a level 52 guy would appear in the lower space, and also be able to obtain the origin rune. Was the origin rune something that could be obtained casually? When they rushed over without thinking, what awaited them was naturally Lin Moyu's butcher knife. Lin Moyu was constantly sniped along the way, and he killed batch after batch. Experience slowly increased in the slaughter. Military merits were no longer of much use to him now. No amount of military merits could allow him to raise his general star. Only by killing powerhouses like Demon Kings and Dragon Kings could he continue to raise his general star. And killing one was not enough. He was now a 3-star god general, and he needed to kill a full 4 to advance to a 4-star god general. Lin Moyu only remembered a rough direction, and it was not easy to find them. However, Lin Moyu knew that as long as he approached the Dragon Clan's base, the Dragon Clan would naturally come to find him. Whether it was the aura of his slaughtering the Dragon Clan, or the red light of the origin rune now, they were both huge temptations. Sure enough, after only half a day, a large number of Dragon Clan warships appeared in sight. Dragon Clan warships floated in the air, numbering over 1,000. Lin Moyu saw the situation on the warships from afar. He could see that a large number of Dragon Clan generals stood expressionlessly on the warships. Their expressions were extremely stiff, their eyes were empty and lifeless, completely different from normal Dragon Clan members. Each warship had an entire 100-man team composed of War General level puppets, 1,000 warships, with over 100,000 War General level puppets. 100,000 Dragon Clan generals. This number was extremely alarming. Enough for the Dragon Clan to launch a frontal war against the human race. It was foreseeable that once the war broke out, how many top professionals of the human race would die. And the Dragon Clan's losses would only be some war puppets. Where did the Dragon Clan get so many materials? Lin Moyu frowned slightly. Manufacturing war puppets required a lot of materials. War General level war puppets would inevitably require higher quality materials. Where did the Dragon Clan obtain such high quality materials? Upon discovering Lin Moyu, a large amount of noisy sounds came from the Dragon Clan warships. The puppets turned a blind eye to Lin Mo Yu's soaring red light, but the real Dragon Clan members would not do so. Open black lens bracket origin rune, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket he killed many clansmen, kill him and snatch the origin rune, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket it has been investigated clearly in the past few days, this level 52 human race professional is called Lin Mo Yu, and the Dragon King has ordered him to be killed, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket kill him, hand over the origin rune to the Dragon King, and you can exchange it for a shocking reward, close black lens bracket. The Dragon Clan members roared and shouted. The magic crystals on the Dragon Clan warships all lit up. In an instant, huge beams of light illuminated the sky, blasting towards Lin Mo Yu. Lin Mo Yu had expected this, and with a flash, he flew towards the ground. Beneath him were patches of thunder trees. The Dragon Clan warships instantly went silent, not daring to attack. Provoking even one thunder tree would be catastrophic. They would be attacked by the thunder trees. Their thousands of warships and 100,000 Dragon Clan generals seemed like a lot. But compared to the thunder trees that formed mountains, they were just a drop in the ocean, not worth mentioning. The warships could not attack, and the Dragon Clan generals on the warships responded and came out. 100,000 Dragon Clan generals rushed out overwhelmingly. Lin Mo Yu said lightly, I can level up again. The Undead Legion responded and came out, with the skeleton berserkers rushing to the front, directly facing the Dragon Clan generals. Lin Mo Yu was not worried at all about facing enemies 10 times his own with 10,000 skeleton berserkers. At the moment when the two sides were about to collide, the soldier character on the back of his hand shone brightly. The strong soldier skill was suddenly activated, and the entire Undead Legion's combat power instantly increased nearly tenfold. The skeleton berserkers swung their axes and activated their skills, equivalent to an attack with over 8 million strength attributes. The Dragon Clan generals were completely unable to withstand them. With one skill, the Dragon Clan generals were instantly killed. The skeleton archmages and sharpshooters had also joined the battle. With a round of large-scale attacks, nearly 1,000 war general-level puppets were directly killed. The skeleton berserkers were very fast, quickly catching the puppet corpses that were about to fall. Although they were puppets, their vitality was not fake. After catching the puppet corpses, the skeleton berserkers threw the corpses into the sky with force. The damage range of the corpse explosion was 420 meters. And the height of the Dragon Clan warships from the ground was about 300 meters. The battle took place 150 meters from the ground. When the corpse flew to a height of 500 meters, Lin Mo Yu raised his hand and activated the skill. In that strong soldier state, the damage of the corpse explosion was magnified by another 6 times on the original basis. In the explosion, terrifying energy swept through like a storm. The shields on the warships were distorted and deformed, and were about to shatter. This was only one corpse. Hundreds and thousands of corpses were thrown up by the skeleton berserkers. Moreover, the damage of the corpse explosion not only acted on the warships, but also acted on the Dragon Clan generals who were fighting. The Dragon Clan generals were instantly blown to death, and their corpses once again became Lin Mo Yu's weapons. When 3 corpses were detonated in succession, the shields of many warships shattered. The real Dragon Clan warriors on them showed panic one by one. They wanted to escape, but it was too late. Again, several corpses exploded in succession, directly destroying the unprotected warships, and the Dragon Clan warriors on them also died one after another. The destroyed Dragon Clan warships fell from the sky, fell to the ground, and smashed into the thunder trees. 91. The thunder tree forest instantly erupted. In an instant, countless lightning bolts bombarded the sky. The thunder trees targeted the dragon race, because they possessed the same aura. The thunder tree forest regarded them as the same kind. This was also Lin Mo Yu's idea, to use their strength against them. Chapter 487, Restraining You also restrains me. The thunder trees erupted on a large scale, and terrifying lightning covered the sky. Although there were many dragon race warriors, they were insignificant compared to the thunder trees. The entire mountain range stretched for thousands of kilometers and was the world of the thunder trees. As soon as the thunder trees erupted, lightning swept over, and dragon race warriors fell like raindrops, with thousands dying in the blink of an eye. The lowest level of the thunder trees was level 70. Although they couldn't compare to the dragon race warriors, their numbers were too astonishing. Waves of lightning bombarded and killed the dragon race warriors, and also struck the dragon race warships. The shields of the dragon race warships were shattered by the thunder trees, and then they fell from the sky. Lin Moyu also fueled the flames, shuttling through the lightning. Having complete immunity to electrical elements, he had no fear of lightning damage. The skeleton berserkers cooperated with him, constantly throwing corpses for him to detonate. Lin Moyu and the thunder trees cooperated seamlessly, causing the dragon race army to quickly collapse. Withdraw. A voice sounded from the dragon race warship, and all the remaining warships simultaneously turned around and flew away into the distance. Lin Moyu immediately chased after them. However, his speed was not as fast as the dragon race warships, and he lost them in a short while. But this was no longer important. Lin Moyu had already identified the direction. He simply stopped and waited for the strong soldier skill to cool down. Beneath him was a large expanse of thunder trees. He knew that after suffering a loss, the dragon race would not return to this environment to make trouble for themselves. Here, the dragon race warships were not only useless, but would also attract trouble. In the great battle that lasted less than a minute, the dragon race lost more than 200 warships. As many as 4,000 dragon race warriors died, suffering heavy losses. The dragon race probably couldn't understand how they could suffer such great damage in such a short 30 seconds. All the dragon race knew that they had underestimated Lin Moyu. One order after another was issued, and all the dragon race operating in the Wind and Thunder continent returned. When Lin Moyu arrived, there would be a great battle. Lin Moyu stayed where he was and didn't go anywhere. He looked at the direction the dragon race warships left, and combined with the direction the dragon race fled a few days ago, he roughly judged the location of the dragon race's base. It's about 500 kilometers away. Don't rush over there yet. Lin Moyu knew that the dragon race must have made preparations and were waiting for him to come to their door. After all, he was glowing red and couldn't hide his tracks. He simply went to their door in a grand manner. This matter must be clarified, otherwise, allowing the dragon race to develop like this. If they create level 80 dragon race warriors in the future, the human race will be passive. An hour later, the strong soldier skill cooled down. Lin Moyu slowly got up and leisurely flew towards the dragon race's base. The Thunder Tree mountain range gradually disappeared. Without the threat of the thunder trees, the dragon race warships could attack unscrupulously. From afar, Lin Moyu saw a behemoth. The dragon race had actually built a military fortress here, a flying military fortress. The military fortress was like a small city, guarded by a large number of dragon race warships. The land of the ancient battlefield has the characteristic of self-repair. Except for the area where the human race's divine summer ancient city is located, no place can build a city. Unexpectedly, the dragon race took a different approach and built a fortress in the air. At the same time as seeing the fortress, Lin Moyu frowned slightly. The aura of a secret realm, there is a secret realm in this fortress, is the dragon race's secret hidden in the secret realm. This fortress was obviously built to protect the secret realm, indicating that this secret realm is very important. Moreover, according to the facility layout on the fortress, it seems difficult to break through. Lin Moyu felt its power from the fortress, feeling that to break the fortress, at least a god-level powerhouse was needed. Nearly 1,000 warships outside the fortress were parked in midair, having activated their shields early and aiming at Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was the most conspicuous at this time. The dragon race, as he thought, had made full preparations and were waiting for him to come to their door. In addition to the warships, there were also a large number of dragon race warriors. Not puppets, but real dragon race warriors. They stayed in the air outside the fortress, and Lin Moyu felt a powerful aura from them. They all exceed level 80, the strongest few are at least level 83, and there are quite a few of them. There were nearly 100 of these dragon race warriors exceeding level 80. This gave Lin Moyu a headache, feeling that he had really poked a hornet's nest. But since he had already arrived here, he still had to fight. At this time, a dragon race flew out of the fortress. Its appearance immediately attracted Lin Moyu's attention. At the same time as it appeared, all the dragon race present saluted it, indicating its high status. Secondly, its aura was very strong, stronger than all the dragon race present. According to Lin Moyu's estimation, it should be above level 85. Furthermore, its appearance was somewhat different from other dragon race. The scales on its body were shining, with an unusual brilliance. It had a pair of pointed horns on its head, unlike other dragon race, which only had one horn. Double horns, is it actually a return to ancestral bloodline? Lin Moyu understood when he saw the double horns. Unexpectedly, the other party was a dragon race with a return to ancestral bloodline. These dragon race only need a little time and will inevitably become dragon kings, and very powerful dragon kings. The return to ancestral bloodline has a supreme position in the dragon race. Even if it is only level 10, it can be on par with ordinary dragon kings. It can be seen that it is the commander of this fortress. It stared at Lin Moyu, its eyes filled with killing intent. Between the dragon race and Lin Moyu, it was already an irreconcilable situation, and there was no need to talk nonsense. Lin Moyu, here there are no thunder trees, no wind flowers, you are dead. It said loudly. Lin Moyu showed a little disdain. Thunder trees and wind flowers do not only cause restraint and influence on the dragon race, even he is also restrained, and some skills are not very convenient to use. Otherwise, it's time to go on a killing spree. Lin Moyu knew that once he made a move, it was estimated that few of the dragon race present would survive. The dragon race army was ready, and a great battle was about to break out. Lin Moyu took out a drop of the god of poison's blood essence and began to summon the elemental lich. The next second, a poison lich with a chaotic aura appeared beside him. 92. The highly poisonous lich flew towards the dragon clan's fortress as if teleporting. All the dragons had a bad feeling when they saw the highly poisonous lich. Stop it! The warship fired with a roar, but it was already a step too late. The highly poisonous lich was too fast. The distance of over 1,000 meters was nothing to it, taking less than a second. The highly poisonous lich exploded silently on the fortress. The affected area was not large, only 30 to 40 meters. However, all objects at the center of the explosion, whether people or things, died and decayed instantly. There were several unlucky Dragon Clan war generals near the fortress, all of whom were existences above level 80. They died screaming the moment they were contaminated with the poison. After the explosion, the poisonous gas began to slowly spread, but the spread speed was not fast enough for the dragons to escape. But there was nowhere to escape in the fortress. The aerial fortress that the Dragon Clan had painstakingly built was about to be swallowed by the poisonous gas and completely rotten. Lin Moyu, what have you done? The leading Dragon Clan commander's expression changed drastically, and he roared angrily. ... 0. What did I do? Can't you see with your eyes? To ask such a stupid question, your brain is really not normal. Lin Moyu was too lazy to pay attention to it. Instead of attacking with words, it's better to release 2 more skills. A red net-like cover fell, and with a soft buzz, the curse of aging covered the entire field. Where there are thunder trees and wind flowers, Lin Moyu also cannot use curse skills, and is also restrained. This battlefield not only liberated the Dragon Clan warships, but also liberated Lin Moyu. The undead army appeared, and the elemental liches appeared collectively. The army enhancement skill was activated again. Various halos flashed under the skeletons' feet, and the berserkers had already rushed up. The Dragon Clan warships also began to counterattack frantically. Nearly 1,000 warships fired at the same time, and a large number of attacks came overwhelmingly towards the skeleton berserkers. The skeleton berserkers dodged quickly, avoiding what they could, and taking the hits they couldn't, since they couldn't die anyway. The skeleton archmages and sharpshooters then focused their fire on the Dragon Clan war generals. A little green light exploded in the Dragon Clan's ranks. Skill: Poison Starburst. This skill is also a group attack skill restricted by thunder trees and wind flowers. It's usually useless, but with the army enhancement skill, it's a group killing weapon within 30 seconds. Even its effect surpasses corpse explosion. Within 30 seconds, it can cause up to 180,000 damage per second. Plus the poison lich's poisonous aura, infinitely stacking, causing 300,000 damage per second. Within the 30 seconds of the army enhancement skill, it can cause 480,000 damage per second. Dragon Clan war generals above level 80 can still withstand it, but Dragon Clan war generals at level 70, especially those puppets, cannot last for even a few seconds. Ordinary level 70 dragons have total attributes of only about 650,000, and their physique is less than 200,000. And they don't have the powerful vitality of a boss. As long as the healers are too late to heal, death is only a matter of moments. In just a moment after the start of the battle, the aerial fortress was destroyed, and all the Dragon Clan soldiers were poisoned. The leading commander's eyes turned red, and he shouted, "I'll kill you." Chapter 488. Ancestral Bloodline, indeed difficult to kill. The Dragon Clan's ancestral bloodline is equivalent to the human race's ceiling-level professionals, the top tier. Normally speaking, those who can fight against the same level Dragon Clan's ancestral bloodline are professions like Earth Knights. But this normality has become history. Lin Moyu's appearance broke the balance between professions. His existence has become extremely unreasonable. Like now, Lin Moyu, who is clearly only level 52, actually wants to slaughter hundreds of thousands of Dragon Clan troops. None of these Dragon Clan troops are below level 70. And there are level 80 plus Dragon Clan ancestral bloodline existences. No matter where you say it, this is unreasonable. But Lin Moyu just did it. Watching the opponent rush over with a roar, they were blocked by the skeleton berserkers halfway. The poisonous aura, freezing aura, and lightning aura simultaneously acted on it. Poisoning, slowing, and continuous lightning strikes made it extremely depressed. Without the blessing of the army enhancement skill, the skeleton berserkers would not be its opponents at all. Even hundreds or thousands of skeleton berserkers would not be enough for it to kill. But now, each skeleton berserker's attributes are no worse than its. Especially when the skeleton berserkers unleash their skills, it can only retreat, not daring to fight head-on. Lin Moyu said lightly, "Be able to rush over before talking." With a tap of his finger, an explosion sounded loudly. The explosion was mixed with screams. In a few seconds, puppet war generals had already been poisoned to death, and their corpses became Lin Moyu's weapons. Quantity is meaningless. These useless puppets can instead become my weapons. Lin Moyu whispered like a demon, chilling to the bone. With each explosion, a large number of Dragon Clan warships were destroyed. Every time Lin Moyu pointed out, several warships fell. Including the Dragon Clan soldiers on the warships, none were spared. Lin Moyu focused on those Dragon Clan war generals above level 80. Each one had hundreds of skeleton berserkers to deal with, and behind them were a large number of skeleton archmages and skeleton sharpshooters providing long-range strikes. In order to end the battle as soon as possible, as long as they didn't escape, Lin Moyu didn't use the bone prison. After all, damage is halved after being bound, which would affect efficiency. The fortress was completely corroded by the poison in a short 10 seconds. Even though the best materials were used, it was still as fragile as tofu in the poison. The secret realm was finally exposed to view, just as Lin Moyu had guessed. This aerial fortress was for the secret realm. Lin Moyu said coldly, "It seems your secret is in the secret realm." The Dragon Clan commander's expression changed drastically, and he shouted sharply, "Defend the secret realm." Lin Moyu shook his head, "You can't defend it. Now the secret realm is blocked by poison, they can't enter, and the people inside can't get out. Even the poison is still spreading, and the range is gradually increasing. Part of it is entering the secret realm. According to Lin Moyu's estimation, there should also be poison in the secret realm. The entrance and exit of this secret realm have been blocked. Unless some special props are used, it is impossible to enter or exit the secret realm. The poison is impartial, even Lin Moyu, the instigator, has no way to enter. Lin Moyu did this to block the secret realm first, and then talk about the follow-up matters later. Some warships wanted to rush into the secret realm. 93. It was shielded, but the shield instantly collapsed upon contact with the poisonous gas. Then the warship disintegrated in midair, and all the dragons on board died without exception. Everything happened within seconds. The commander was anxious and shouted angrily, "Ignore the skeletons, kill Lin Moyu first." It never occurred to it that this battle would turn out like this in just a few dozen seconds. The Dragon Skeleton War generals were almost completely wiped out, and more than half of the 1,000 warships were damaged. All of this was caused by Lin Moyu, who was only level 52, how could he be so strong? Trying to kill me, Lin Moyu sneered, flames burning fiercely in his palm. He finally had his hands free and had time to use Soul Flame. A flash of fire passed, and the dragon commander with ancestral bloodline let out a scream. It almost couldn't hold its weapon. Then screams followed one after another. Lin Moyu gave everyone a share, one soul flame for each of the dragon war generals above level 80. They screamed in terror. Lin Moyu's attack damage was actually not that great, but it was too painful, extremely painful, more painful than a broken hand or foot. At this moment, corpses flew into view. Skeleton berserkers threw many corpses over. Most of them were puppet war generals, and a small number were real dragon members. They realized something was wrong as soon as they saw the corpses flying over, but it was too late. The corpses exploded in front of them. The terrifying impact hit them, and they were all severely injured. The level 70 puppet war generals were not strong in attributes, and their vitality was average. They really couldn't withstand the corpse explosion skill being too strong, with a 60x increase, dealing 25x vitality damage. The strong soldier skill increased this damage by a full 6 times. Even dragon war generals above level 80 couldn't withstand it. They were seriously injured with just one hit. If they took 2 or 3 more hits, they would be dead. Their faces changed drastically, and they turned and fled. Even the commander with the ancestral bloodline was like this at this time, knowing that the overall situation was set. It burst out with powerful force, shook off the skeletons, and fled outwards. You can't escape. Lin Moyu shook his head gently. He had already locked onto these guys to prevent them from escaping. They froze in midair before they could run 2 steps. Dense white bones grew on their bodies. Skill: Bone Prison. Although with their level and strength, Bone Prison could only trap them for 1 or 2 seconds. But during the war, 1 second could determine life and death. The skeleton berserkers surrounded them again, and in even greater numbers than last time. Then more corpses were thrown over. The corpses exploded in their desperate gazes. The terrifying shock wave engulfed them like a tsunami. Lin Moyu attacked with both hands, detonating 10 corpses of level 70 dragon war generals in 2 seconds. You deserve to die. A roar sounded, the dragon commander broke free from the restraints, the horns on its head shone brightly, and a large wave of essence blood exploded from its body. A dragon roar resounded through the sky, and a giant dragon phantom appeared in the air. The giant dragon phantom merged with it, and at this moment, it was a giant dragon. It used its ancestral bloodline to clear the way, smashing through all the skeletons, and rushed to Lin Moyu like lightning. So fast that before Lin Moyu could react, the spear in its hand had already pierced Lin Moyu. This blow was already its strongest blow. It wasn't a skill, but it surpassed all skills. Ancestral bloodline couldn't be used easily, using it caused no small amount of damage. Now, in order to kill Lin Moyu, it couldn't care less. The extremely sharp tip of the spear pierced Lin Moyu, but was blocked by a layer of seemingly non-existent film, and could no longer pierce in. Passive skill: Damage Transfer. As long as the Undead Legion wasn't completely dead, Lin Moyu wouldn't die, or even be injured. And now, a full 30,000 skeletons were sharing the damage for Lin Moyu. The attack power is good, but it's not enough. Lin Moyu murmured, raised his hand, and white light flashed at his fingertips. The long unused bone fangs erupted at this moment. At close range, 3,120 bone fangs erupted almost simultaneously. Its expression changed drastically, wanting to retreat, but found that it was surrounded by skeletons on all sides, and there was no space for it to move. Its spear was even grasped by a huge hand. The bone fangs were like the sharpest weapons, instantly piercing its body. The terrifying damage erupted at this moment. With the strong soldier skill, Lin Moyu's attack power was also quite considerable. At least 10 times stronger than usual. Although bone fangs were far from enough to kill it, they could at least injure it. At this time, more corpses arrived, and skeleton archmage and sharpshooter were already focusing their fire on it. The dragon roar sounded again in the air, and it erupted with its ancestral bloodline for the second time. It broke free from the siege, the giant dragon cleared the way for it, rose into the sky at 0.1 speed, and instantly fled far away. The speed was so fast, like a flash of lightning, disappearing in the blink of an eye. Lin Moyu looked at the direction it was leaving. As expected of ancestral bloodline, it's really not easy to kill. When the ancestral bloodline was activated, it was immune to all negative states, and all control skills were ineffective. Attack power skyrocketed by multiples. In Lin Moyu's eyes, when it erupted with its ancestral bloodline, its power could be compared to the giant leaf mother tree. Just wanting to kill himself, one blow was not enough. This blow hit the skeletons and could kill them instantly. It's a good warrior, but it's a pity I forgot to ask its name. I can ask next time I see it, at least kill one with a name and surname. Lin Moyu thought in his heart, and looked at the battlefield. The dragon's team had long been scattered. The remaining warships fled in all directions. Only some fearless war general puppets were left in the field to delay time. Lin Moyu didn't chase, but focused his attention on the entrance to the secret realm. The secret of the dragon clan is inside. At this time, his body was shining, and after a few days, Lin Moyu leveled up again, reaching level 53. Chapter 489, 100% Poison Immunity. He had expected to level up, so he didn't find it strange. With a level up, attributes and skills have increased. 94. The ranks of the Undead Legion expanded once more, adding a full 33 Lich Generals, bringing the total number of skeletons to 32,670. Each type of skeleton numbered as high as 10,890. Lin Moyu did not immediately summon the skeletons, but instead turned his attention to the entrance of the secret realm. The entrance and exit of the secret realm were shrouded in deadly poison, making it difficult to enter or leave. This was poison from the god of poison, potent enough to kill pseudo-gods, and even the god-level avatar of a demon king. Lin Moyu did not know how long it would last, possibly a day, or perhaps a year, or even 10 years. If it were somewhere else, it would be easier to deal with, but in the lower realm where the strongest were only level 89. With god-level experts finding it difficult to come over, this poison was essentially unresolvable. Now that the entrance and exit were sealed off, and the dragon race had been driven away, the next thing to consider was how to get inside himself. Lin Moyu had an idea before, but he didn't know if it would work. He could only try it. I killed the god of poison, which increased my upper limit of poison immunity, reaching 100%. The spinal fluid of the poisonous flood dragon can increase immunity to poison elements. The poisonous flood dragon evolved by consuming the blood essence of the god of poison. Then the poisonous flood dragon should have considerable resistance to the poison of the god of poison. Let's try it. Lin Moyu, following his pre-planned idea, took out the vertebra of the poisonous flood dragon. The 100-meter-long vertebra had exactly 100 segments, each a standard 1 meter long. At the connection of each segment, there were 3 drops of spinal fluid, appearing crystal clear, like beautiful jade. The entire vertebra had a total of 300 drops of spinal fluid. Lin Moyu had previously taken 3 drops, one of which was given to Han Donger to detoxify her. Now there were 299 drops left. Also, because there was no suitable container, Lin Moyu had not taken out the spinal fluid. But now, there was no need for a container, he could just eat it directly. He broke open one of the segments and swallowed the 3 drops of spinal fluid inside. The spinal fluid, with its unique fragrance, exploded in his body, turning into a warm current that flowed through every corner of his body. Poison element immunity increased by 1%. Poison element immunity increased by 1%. 2 consecutive messages appeared, and his poison element immunity reached 82%. 3 drops increased by 2%, it seems it needs to be eaten more and more, somewhat similar to the essence of lightning. He broke open another segment and ate the 3 drops of spinal fluid inside. Poison element immunity increased by 1%. This time it increased by 1% again. He continued to break open the spinal fluid and continued eating. After several consecutive times, Lin Moyu understood that each time he needed to take 1 more drop than the previous time. In this way, a total of 210 drops were needed to increase the poison element immunity from 80% to 100%. Fortunately, there were 299 drops of spinal fluid, which was not only enough, but also left 89 drops. Lin Moyu ordered the skeleton berserkers to keep breaking it open, while he kept eating. Eating too much of the same thing would always get tiresome. Although the spinal fluid tasted good, Lin Moyu felt a faint sense of nausea after eating it for a while. Lin Moyu couldn't help but recall the scene of himself eating desert fruits to practice his skills, it seemed very similar. But there was no choice, he glanced at the secret realm entrance still surrounded by poison. Since he had started it, he had to finish eating it even if he felt nauseous. Half an hour later, with the completion of the last 1%, Lin Moyu finally raised his poison element immunity to 100%. Lin Moyu's whole body was glowing, and faint green smoke was constantly emerging from his body, spreading out. People eat grains, and there would always be residual toxic impurities. Especially professionals, many of the things they come into contact with every day contain toxicity. Although injuries and illnesses could be cured, there would always be some that could not be completely removed. Over time, these tiny toxins accumulated in the body. Now that Lin Moyu had achieved 100% immunity to poison elements, all the tiny toxins accumulated in his body were expelled. Lin Moyu felt a lot lighter all over, although his attributes had not changed, he felt much better than before. Complete immunity to both lightning and poison elements, this had never happened in history. If Lin Moyu could see his bones, he would see that at this moment his bones were as white as jade. The bone marrow inside was also as crystal clear as the spinal fluid of the poisonous flood dragon, and could be called the best antidote in the world. Lin Moyu immediately put away the poisonous flood dragon bones. He didn't want to see them again in a short time. Seeing them would make him feel nauseous. The entrance and exit of the secret realm were shrouded in deadly poison, making it difficult for anyone to enter or leave. The poisonous gas swayed with the wind, expanding without dissipating, and had now expanded to a radius of 10 kilometers, turning the original battlefield into a forbidden area. Lin Moyu tried to touch the poisonous gas with his finger, but there was nothing unusual. The poisonous gas seemed to ignore Lin Moyu. Only then did Lin Moyu feel relieved and boldly flew towards the secret realm. 100% immunity to poison elements allowed Lin Moyu to move freely and breathe freely in the poisonous gas. Even if he inhaled a large amount of poisonous gas, it would be quickly expelled from his body without any residue. Just as he was about to enter the secret realm, Lin Moyu was knocked back by an inexplicably powerful force. The secret realm refused him entry. Lin Moyu was slightly stunned before he understood that he was currently in a very special state. The red light on his body soared into the sky, piercing through the heavens and the earth, and he was in the trial period of the primordial rune. In this state, he could not leave the ancient battlefield, nor could he enter any secret realm dungeon. The trial period was fair to anyone who obtained the primordial rune, and they had to endure these 10 days. I didn't expect to overlook this point. Now there are still 8 days left, then I can only wait. Waiting outside the secret realm for 8 days, although it would waste some time, was something he couldn't avoid. Before he could sit down, a cold and powerful aura came from afar, and Lin Moyu looked up and saw a patch of green light in the distance. Abyssal fire. The distant sky had been dyed dark green, a very thick and deep abyssal fire. Then a terrifying aura rushed towards him. Demon King. Lin Moyu's expression instantly became solemn. A demon king had actually come, not a god-level avatar of a demon king, but the true body of a demon king. That kind of aura was completely different. Lin Moyu would not be mistaken. It was quite troublesome for a demon king to come to the lower realm. Even if they used demon flesh and souls as sacrifices, they could only summon an avatar at most, and the duration would be very short, no more than a minute. For a demon king to come in person, they first had to enter the deep realm, and then come through the space-time channel of the deep realm. In this way, the existence time could be slightly longer. If they didn't take action, they could stay in the lower realm for about an hour. If they took action with all their might, then the time they stayed would be drastically shortened, possibly only a few minutes. For a demon king, let alone an hour, even a few minutes was enough to do many things. Lin Moyu felt the other party's aura. It was very powerful. Much stronger than the Flame Demon King, the Minotaur King, and even the Demon King avatar he had killed a few days ago. At least a level 92 or higher Demon King, and not an ordinary one, most likely an elite level 1. Lin Moyu did not hide. Now that he was in the poisonous gas, he knew that the Demon King could not rush over. The god of poison's 980 poison gas was also a very troublesome thing for the Demon King. The Demon King rushed over, wrapped in abyssal fire. The abyssal fire burned wantonly, colliding with the poisonous gas. Cracking sounds rang out continuously, and the abyssal fire burned the poisonous gas, very quickly. 95. Lin Moyu finally saw the Demon King in the abyss fire clearly. It was completely enveloped in the abyss fire, and its body didn't seem to have a normal form, constantly changing within the abyss fire. Lin Moyu had read information about abyss demon kings and recognized it at a glance as the fire spirit demon king. It was said that its true form was an abyss fire spirit, possessing the strength of an elite-level demon king, reaching level 91. It wasn't too different from his own judgment. The fire spirit demon king was indeed blocked by the poisonous gas and couldn't rush over for the time being. However, the abyss fire was constantly burning the poisonous gas, and it would take at most half an hour to burn it all away. It had no form, no eyes, mouth, or nose, making it impossible to discern anything from its expression. However, Lin Moyu could feel that its aura had firmly locked onto him, filled with killing intent. The atmosphere suddenly became quiet. Apart from the sound of burning poisonous gas, there wasn't a single sound in the air. Locked on by the fire spirit demon king, Lin Moyu would be subjected to extremely terrifying attacks as soon as he left the range of the poisonous gas. He wasn't aware that he had already been placed on a kill-on-sight order by the Abyss Demon Emperor. Countless Abyss Demon Kings wanted to kill him. The range of the poisonous gas was rapidly shrinking, and he couldn't leave the eternal battlefield during the trial period of the Origin Rune. The Abyss Teleportation Stone couldn't be used, and even Antares' Dragon Ball couldn't help him leave. Moreover, with the red light on him, even if he used a random teleportation scroll, he could only escape 100 kilometers. With the speed of a Demon King, they could catch up in the blink of an eye. The Origin Rune now seemed to have become a death warrant. Chapter 490. Guess my ass, he's just level 53. Mocking laughter rang out in the air. The Fire Spirit Demon King was already preparing to reap the harvest. Lin Moyu was already in the bag. At this moment, vast auras rose again in the distance, more Demon Kings were rushing over, and there was more than one. Lin Moyu saw several black dots, rapidly enlarging in his vision. Lin Moyu realized that there must be a big problem, and immediately took out the Divine Summer Ancient City Teleportation Stone that Feng Yiming had given him. Activate. Lin Moyu instantly disappeared from the Fire Spirit Demon King's sight. A soaring red light suddenly lit up from within the Divine Summer Ancient City. Everyone was shocked by this sudden red light. It's the Origin Rune. Someone has obtained the Origin Rune, and it's someone from our human race. How envious, why can't I get the Origin Rune? People who can obtain the Origin Rune have heaven-defying luck, the key is whether they can protect it later. Now that he's back in the Ancient City, there's naturally no problem. The Divine Summer Ancient City has its own rules. No one can use force in the Ancient City, even if someone wants to snatch the Origin Rune. As long as Lin Moyu doesn't leave the Divine Summer Ancient City, no one will dare to act. And Lin Moyu only needs to wait 8 days in the Divine Summer Ancient City, the trial of the Origin Rune will end, and it will be completely fused, then others won't be able to snatch it even if they want to. The vast majority of people were envious, and some people had gloomy expressions. In fact, even in the Divine Summer Ancient City, it's not 100% safe. You mean, the Ancient Arena, a life and death duel. Lin Moyu appeared in the military's teleportation array. The appearance of the Origin Rune once again alarmed Feng Yiming. Feng Yiming rushed over at the fastest speed and saw Lin Moyu appearing in the teleportation array. It's General Lin. Seeing that it was Lin Moyu who obtained the Origin Rune, Feng Yiming was only slightly surprised, and then he returned to normal. Lin Moyu's existence is a miracle in itself. Anything that happens to him doesn't seem out of place. Except, Feng Yiming saw the badge on Lin Moyu's shoulder, a 3-star general. He was clearly a 2-star general a few days ago, but now he has become a 3-star general. Connecting this to the Reign of Divine Fall a few days ago, Feng Yiming immediately understood that the Reign of Divine Fall was caused by Lin Moyu. The fall of the gods seemed to be related to Lin Moyu. But obviously he had guessed wrong. Lin Moyu became a 3-star general because he poisoned the Black Sky Demon King's clone. And the Reign of Divine Fall was because the God of Thunder fell. The two had nothing to do with each other. After discovering that Lin Moyu had become a 3-star general, Feng Yiming appeared even more in awe. With a thick smile, "Congratulations, General Lin, on obtaining the Origin Rune." Lin Moyu also said to Feng Yiming, "Thank you, Commander Feng, I was just lucky." Feng Yiming said, "General Lin, you're back this time, are you planning to rest in the Ancient City for a few days?" Lin Moyu responded, "Yes, I'll leave after the Origin Rune is completely fused, otherwise the target will be too conspicuous." Feng Yiming quickly said, "Then I will immediately arrange accommodation for General Lin. There are rooms specially set up for generals in the Ancient City. The position of the Divine Summer Ancient City is extremely special in the lower space, and occasionally generals do come over. The military gives generals extremely high treatment, and the living environment is also very comfortable. It is an independent small courtyard with a garden. Lin Moyu has no requirements for accommodation, as long as he is not disturbed." However, Feng Yiming also felt puzzled. With Lin Moyu's strength, he didn't seem to need to care about others chasing him at all. Who dares to chase him? This is someone who can even kill demon kings. Although Feng Yiming had doubts, he didn't ask much. Lin Moyu saw Feng Yiming's doubts, and also considered another possibility. He said to Feng Yiming, "Commander Feng, there are now at least 3 demon kings coming from the deep space to hunt me down, you'd better make some preparations." Feng Yiming was shocked, so that's why Lin Moyu came back. Being hunted down by 3 demon kings, what's going on? Could it be that Lin Moyu killed the Abyss Demon Emperor's son? What Lin Moyu did was beyond Feng Yiming's imagination. He immediately responded, General Lin doesn't need to worry, the divine summer ancient city can be immortal for thousands of years, there is naturally its reason. It's not like demon kings haven't come before, but they all returned in defeat. Feng Yiming has great confidence in the divine summer ancient city and is not worried. Since Feng Yiming said so, Lin Moyu didn't say anything more. It's good to have confidence, and the demon kings may not necessarily find him. Feng Yiming arranged Lin Moyu and turned to leave. Although he said there was no need to worry, some preparations still had to be made. Just half an hour later, Meng and Wen, who was staying in the White God's small courtyard, received the news. The news came from the Feng family. Feng Yiming sent the news of Lin Moyu obtaining the origin rune back to the Feng family. The Feng family gave the news to Meng and Wen. I didn't expect that Xiao Yu would get another origin rune, one person with 2 origin runes rare since ancient times. And he has become a 3-star general. I really don't know what Xiao Yu has experienced in the lower space. But it looks like he's doing well. Meng and Wen had a smile on his face, knowing that Lin Moyu was not only unharmed but also had adventures, he seemed extremely happy. Originally wanted to tell Bai Yi Yuan this news, but after thinking about it, let that guy stay in the Hall of Heroes for a while longer. 96. With a hint of a mischievous smile, Meng Anwen leisurely closed his eyes again. A mysterious and peculiar aura enveloped Bai Shen's small courtyard, the aura gradually becoming heavier, like a thick fog surrounding the courtyard. In divine summer ancient city, Lin Mo felt a sense of chilling intent. Although Feng Yiming spoke nonchalantly, he was still making preparations. Half a day later, the Demon King did not arrive, but Lin Mo did not relax his vigilance. Who knew if the Demon Kings would come next? It was originally not easy for a Demon King to come from the deep space to the lower space, and they could only stay for about an hour. If they fought, the time would be drastically shortened. So Lin Mo guessed that the Demon Kings would either not come. If they came, it would definitely be with the force of thunder. He himself didn't know what he had done, why the Demon Kings would come together to hunt him down. After resting for half a day, Lin Mo replenished his undead army. He carefully checked his attributes. Open black lens bracket name, Lin Mo close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket occupation, undead monarch unique close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket level, 53 0.50% close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket strength, 80,626 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket agility, 80,626 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket spirit, 234,860 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket constitution, 96,626 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket special attributes, poison element immunity, electric element immunity, physical damage reduction 50%, fire element damage reduction 50%, water element damage reduction 50%, wind element damage reduction 50%, light element damage reduction 80%, life force increased by 50% close black lens bracket. The attributes were more than 19,000 higher than at level 52. Even for a ceiling level class like Earth Knight, the total attributes at level 53 would only be 270,000. And Lin Mo's total attributes had now reached 490,000. The two were completely on different levels. As the level continued to increase in the future, the gap would only widen. After resting for half a day, Lin Mo left his residence and went to the ancient city shop. In the ancient city, there was only one shop, the one Lin Mo had visited a few days ago. Inside, you could buy most of the items you needed, of course, the value was also not cheap. Lin Mo was going to buy some bottles to hold the highly poisonous flood dragon spinal fluid. He also needed to buy some boxes to store the highly poisonous flood dragon's vertebrae. Lin Mo, with his soaring red light, was particularly conspicuous. As soon as he took action, it would immediately attract the attention of others. He's here. He hasn't shown his face since returning from the teleportation, now he's finally going to show his face. It's good that he came out, wait for me to challenge him. Yes, the ancient arena, a life and death battle. In the half-day since Lin Mo returned, many professionals who had been outside killing monsters and leveling up had returned to the city. Most of them had returned after receiving the news. Ma Wang Jiao. Open black lens bracket origin rune close black lens bracket everyone wanted it, even among fellow human professionals, many had the idea of snatching it. Moreover, these people were extremely confident in their strength. In the eyes of everyone, Lin Mo walked out slowly. Those who were originally prepared to go up and challenge him, went silent the moment they saw Lin Mo. Lin Mo not only had a red light on his head, but also the Divine General badge on his shoulder was glowing with purple light. In the eyes of others, the purple light of the Divine General badge was even more dazzling than the red light of the open black lens bracket origin rune close black lens bracket. Those who were still clamoring to challenge Lin Mo just now even dared to breathe loudly. As Lin Mo walked past them, they stood up straight, and even paid attention to Lin Mo. Lin Mo carried a faint air of chilling intent. This was the aura after a great battle, and had not had time to fully gather. It wasn't until Lin Mo walked away that the group breathed a sigh of relief. My god, it's actually a 3-star Divine General. He has killed at least 3 demon kings or gods. Too terrifying, he looks only level 53, how can he be so terrifying? Definitely more than level 53, definitely used some props to hide the level, I guess he's at least level 83. Hiding my ass, he's level 53. Chapter 491 There must be a big secret in this world. A thick voice sounded, interrupting everyone's guesses. A sturdy warrior, clad in heavy armor and wielding a giant axe, walked over. His gaze was towards the direction Lin Mo had just left. His name is Lin Mo, less than 20 years old. He only completed his job change last year, entered Shajing Academy as the national champion, and then in Shajing Academy. He recounted Lin Mo's experiences like a treasure. The legendary experiences left everyone dumbfounded. Someone had actually risen to level 53 in less than 2 years, and their combat power was comparable to that of a god. Even the legendary myths are not so outrageous, right? The storyteller's name was Shang Dali, who was also a well-known figure in Divine Summer Ancient City, leading a boss strategy team of 30 people. He himself was also an 85th level berserker, and also possessed several top-quality equipment, which could be used as a knight. No one doubted his words. Shang Dali continued, you have been away from the human world for too long, you can find out about the affairs of Divine General Lin when you go back and inquire. Also, another Earth Knight has appeared in our human race. After so many years, the glory of the Earth Knight will surely reappear. Let me tell you one more thing, Divine General Lin once obtained an open black lens bracket origin rune close black lens bracket, now this is the second one. If you are not afraid of death, just go and challenge him. Shang Dali's eyes were filled with disdain, he swept over everyone, and turned to leave. He was kind-hearted, so that this group of ignorant guys would not go to their deaths. No matter what, they are all human races, it is more valuable to die here than to die in a great battle with demons. Everyone looked at each other, and each of them had some lingering fears. Fortunately, they did not go to challenge Lin Mo, otherwise they would really be courting death. One person obtains 2 open black lens bracket origin runes close black lens bracket, how much luck is this? I feel that when Divine General Lin steps into the god level, the doomsday of the abyss demons will come. I also think that our human race may really have a chance this time to counterattack the abyss. Yes, counterattack the abyss, kill all the demons. A group of people became excited and roared in low voices. This emotion quickly spread in the ancient city, and at the same time, Lin Mo's various deeds were also spreading rapidly. Lin Mo didn't know that he would cause such a big commotion just by walking around. He walked into the shop and went directly through the officer-only passage. This time there were already people in the shop. Ling Nan was explaining something to a 7-star colonel. Lin Mo's arrival immediately rendered the entire shop with a layer of red light. The 7-star colonel also turned to look at Lin Mo and said in a low voice, open black lens bracket origin rune close black lens bracket, only level 53. His eyes flashed with gleams, lost in thought. When Ling Nan saw Lin Mo, she quickly trotted over and gave a military salute respectfully, hello, Divine General. 97. Her gaze narrowed slightly. Lin Mo Yu had only been gone for a few days, and he had gone from a 2-star Divine General to a 3-star Divine General. This startled her quite a bit, and the respect in her eyes deepened. Lin Mo Yu nodded slightly. Go ahead and get busy. Come find me when you're done. As he spoke, Lin Mo Yu had already walked into the interior of the store on his own. Ling Nan returned to the 7-star colonel's side. Is there anything else you need? I'll continue to explain it to you. The 7-star colonel was stunned at this moment, murmuring, he is a Divine General. Ling Nan nodded, Divine General Lin Mo Yu, you just came from the meta battlefield, you should have heard his name. He is Lin Mo Yu. The colonel was shocked. Didn't he obtain the origin rune? Then he suddenly shut his mouth, his whole body trembling with shock. He had already seen with his own eyes that Lin Mo Yu had obtained the second origin rune. Filled with shock, he didn't stay in the store for long and quickly left. As he left, his expression was slightly complicated, not knowing what he was thinking. Ling Nan came to Lin Mo Yu's side. Divine General Lin, what would you like to buy? Lin Mo Yu said, I want some potion bottles, the best quality ones. Do you have them here? Ling Nan took note of it. Yes, how many do you want? Get 200. Lin Mo Yu himself needed 100, and he bought 100 more as spares. Ling Nan noted Lin Mo Yu's needs. Besides potion bottles, do you need anything else? I also need some boxes that can fit a meter-long bone. Lin Mo Yu stated his requirements, and Ling Nan noted them down one by one. Potion bottles are no problem, but the boxes you want may need to be custom-made, which may take some time. Lin Mo Yu asked, how many days will it take? Ling Nan said, about 3 days. The boxes are not made in the ancient city, they have to be made in the No. 5 Fortress of the meta battlefield. There are many blacksmiths in the No. 5 Fortress, and many of the military's supplies are produced and manufactured there. Alright, Lin Mo Yu took out a vertebra of the poisonous flood dragon and handed it to Ling Nan. Customize it according to this size. After Ling Nan took the vertebra, she instinctively glanced at it with a detection spell, and her whole body trembled violently. She exclaimed, is this the poisonous flood dragon from the poison serpent land in the wild continent? Lin Mo Yu nodded. Ling Nan couldn't help but say, that poisonous flood dragon has killed a lot of people. I heard a few days ago that the Flying Eagle Guild organized a team to kill the poisonous flood dragon. I didn't expect it to be killed by Divine General Lin. People come and go in the store, and Ling Nan's information network is quite well informed. Ling Nan put away the vertebra and went to customize the box according to this size. Lin Mo Yu returned to his residence, took out all the spinal cord of the poisonous flood dragon, and put it into potion bottles. Each bottle contained only 1 drop. The spinal cord of the poisonous flood dragon was crystal clear and very beautiful. Each drop of spinal fluid is the best antidote. If it can be processed and proportioned by a divine-level pharmacist, the effect can be further enhanced. Both the spinal cord and the vertebrae are priceless. For 3 days, Lin Mo Yu went nowhere. He sorted himself out in his residence. He also pondered the various information he had recently obtained, trying to unravel the cocoon and analyze what happened back then. He felt like he was caught in a huge mystery. There wouldn't be many people in the world today who are qualified to solve this mystery. Anters may know all the information, but Lin Mo Yu knew that Anters would definitely not tell. Now he has obtained the qualification to solve the mystery, and he needs to explore further. However, judging from all the information and the existence of Anters, Lin Mo Yu was very sure that there was a big secret in this world. 3 days later, Ling Nan brought the box over. The box was made very exquisitely, not too big, just enough to hold a vertebra. Lin Mo Yu also put the vertebrae into the box in front of her and put them away. 100 boxes were piled together, and they didn't take up much space. As the level increases, the storage space of the professional can also become larger, enough to accommodate these boxes. Ling Nan said, because it is the box needed by Divine General Lin, the best platinum-level materials were used this time, which can preserve the vertebrae for a longer time. Lin Mo Yu could see that the materials used for these boxes were indeed good. How much? Lin Mo Yu asked casually after packing. Ling Nan quickly waved her hand. No money, you are a Divine General, you have this privilege. Lin Mo Yu frowned. Although they were just boxes, the materials used were not cheap. Plus the blacksmiths, labor costs, the value is not low. It is true that Divine Generals have privileges, but it is not true that they don't need to pay. But from the moment he became a transmigrator, he knew that all efforts and rewards are equal. He was too lazy to calculate and directly threw a box to Ling Nan. Use this to offset it. Ling Nan was shocked. No, the captain will scold me. Lin Mo Yu shook his head. Just say I insisted on giving it. If he dares to scold, let him come to me. Alright, let's do this. Ling Nan didn't dare to object to Lin Mo Yu's words, so she could only obediently take the box and leave. I don't know how many boxes a vertebra from the world boss can be worth. It itself has reached the legendary level and can be used to make legendary jewelry. At the same time, it can also be used to improve the quality of quasi-legendary equipment, and it may become legendary equipment. Not to mention 100 boxes, even 1,000 or 10,000 boxes can't compare to a vertebra. Lin Moyu was too lazy to haggle, so let it be. Ling Nan handed the box containing the vertebra to Feng Yiming with a look of embarrassment. Just as Feng Yiming was about to say something, suddenly the sky outside the ancient city completely darkened. The lower space was already dim, but at this time it became even darker. Then, clusters of dark green abyss fire jumped out, surrounding the Divine Sha ancient city. The whole world became strange. The Divine Sha ancient city is the most special existence in the lower space. Among the three major races, only the human race possesses such an ancient city. It is said that the transcendent god changed the rules of this area so that cities could be built on it. This shows that a transcendent god once appeared in the human race. But according to the history of the human race known to Lin Moyu, the human race was the weakest of the three races 1,000 years ago. It almost died out. This history is contrary to the existence of the Divine Sha ancient city. Lin Moyu saw the problem from this and judged that there must be a big secret in this world. The biggest possibility is that a period of history is missing. That history should be the ancient civilization of the human race. There is a break in history. The world became dark, and the abyss fire burned fiercely, surrounding the Divine Sha ancient city. Within a radius of 10 miles, everything turned dark green, eerie and terrifying. Lin Moyu looked at the sky, and the lightning undead wings appeared behind him. Electric currents flickered on the bone wings, carrying him slowly into the air. Before him, an alarm had already sounded in the city, and the army collectively took off. A huge formation enveloped the ancient city. 98. Lin Mo looked at the shield formed by the array. Although he didn't quite understand it, he felt that this array was different. It was different from the arrays of the fortresses on the meta battlefield. Although they were all defensive arrays, they were different from the root. This array was more ancient, more primitive, and more powerful. From the aura revealed in the array, Lin Mo felt that it could block the attacks of god-level powerhouses. It could also block the attacks of demon kings. His gaze swept towards the outside of the city, and he saw a large number of demons, more than 100,000 in number, coming in overwhelmingly. The demons had dispatched an army, and behind the army, a full 5 demon kings were hidden in the flames of the abyss. There may be other demon kings hidden in the depths, but what can be seen at present are 5. What a big battle! With such a big fanfare, Lin Mo was even more sure that he must have provoked the abyss somewhere. It was impossible for the abyss demons to dispatch such a large army just for the origin rune. It was also impossible for several demon kings to join forces to come to him for this reason. What was originally just a snatch for opportunity had now evolved into a war. Feng Yiming's voice resounded throughout the ancient city, demons are invading, the ancient city is preparing for war. All professionals in the city, form your own teams and join the army. A spire in the city slowly rose into the air, standing above the ancient city. Feng Yiming flew to the edge of the tower, staring at the demons with no fear at all. Lin Mo saw confidence in his eyes. Even if he was surrounded by an army led by 5 demon kings, he was not afraid at all. Since this was the case, Lin Mo had no intention of taking action for the time being. He would just see why Feng Yiming was so confident. Hand over Lin Mo, or we will slaughter you all. The demon king's voice roared deafeningly. Everyone in the God Sha ancient city realized that these demons had come for Lin Mo. For Lin Mo, they dispatched 5 demon kings and did not hesitate to use a large army to besiege the God Sha ancient city. This was completely the rhythm of starting a war with the human race. The ancient city army completed its formation and was ready to go. Under the leadership of several soldiers, the professionals first formed their own teams, and then joined the army. They also formed a military team that was not weak. Feng Yiming let out a sneer. How long can your demon kings stay in the lower space, and how many times can you take action? With your stinky fish and rotten shrimps, you want to slaughter my God Sha ancient city, do you have the qualifications? Don't talk about you, even if your demon emperor comes, he wouldn't dare to say such a thing. A bunch of trash dares to come here to run wild, you've got some nerve. Be careful to come with your life and not return with it. Those who know better should go back now and ask your demon emperor for some milk to drink. Feng Yiming's words were extremely arrogant, and he didn't give the demon kings any face at all. How could he give face to his enemies? Lin Mo was also a little surprised. He didn't expect Feng Yiming, who spoke to him politely, to have such a side. Bold, you deserve to die. The demon kings roared, and the flames of the abyss rolled endlessly. At this time, the spire next to Feng Yiming suddenly lit up, with electric light flowing on it and thunder rumbling. Not only the spire, but the entire ancient city was shining brightly, becoming more brilliant. Feng Yiming sneered, "Then let's see who deserves to die." He punched the spire, and in an instant, the entire ancient city completely came alive. A large number of arrays appeared in the ancient city, and all the power was concentrated on the spire. A bolt of lightning shot out from the spire and went straight into the sky. There was a roar in the air, and then the sky lit up. Dense lightning descended from the sky like waves, and in an instant, the area around the ancient city turned into a sea of thunder. The demon army was completely enveloped by the sea of thunder. The roar continued, mixed with the screams of the demons. Lin Mo saw a large number of demons falling from the sky in the thunder light, killed by the thunder. The place where the demon kings were hiding was also covered by the sea of thunder. The demon kings were burning with the flames of the abyss, accompanied by billowing black smoke, and the aura of the abyss spread to block the thunder. The demon kings took action one after another to help the demons resist the sea of thunder. At the same time, the demons also began to frantically attack the ancient city, and all kinds of attacks swept over the sky and covered the earth, hitting the shield. The shield flashed with lightning, and the entire ancient city was shaking. The demon kings did not take action except for defense. Once they took action, the time they spent in the lower space would be greatly shortened. They wanted to save their precious time to deal with Lin Mo. Now they were blocking the thunder, waiting for the day the city was broken. Very strong attack power, exceeding level 80. Lin Mo judged the power of this array at a glance. He flew to Feng Yiming's side. "This set of arrays is very strong." Feng Yiming was a little proud. "This is the array left by the ancient city, but unfortunately, I don't have the ability to fully exert the power of the array." Feng Yiming's own level had reached level 86, and he was even more of a legendary professional. It was an understatement to say that the Feng family's swordsman was not strong. Lin Mo just thought he was joking. How can the power of the array be fully exerted? Seeking flowers. Feng Yiming pointed to the spire next to him. "This tower is called the Ancient Thunder Tower, and there is a thunder core in the tower. To exert the greatest power of the Ancient Thunder Tower, you need to enter the tower to control the thunder core. But once the Ancient Thunder Tower is activated, the inside and outside of the tower are full of lightning. Even I can't last long inside." Lin Mo asked, "If the power of this tower is fully activated, what level can it reach?" "It can kill demon kings. Once, an electric mage controlled this tower. Although he didn't exert the power of the Ancient Thunder Tower to the extreme, he also defeated a demon king." Lin Mo thought for a while. "I'll try." Feng Yiming was stunned. "General Lin, is it possible?" Lin Mo smiled slightly and put his hand on the Ancient Thunder Tower, letting the lightning flow on his palm, without feeling any discomfort. Now the Ancient Thunder Tower was covered with lightning, and even Feng Yiming did not dare to touch it for a long time. This action had already shown the answer. Feng Yiming's eyes lit up. "Okay, then I'll have to trouble General Lin." Saying that, he made several hand seals, and an entrance immediately appeared on the tower, and a weak suction force acted on Lin Mo. Lin Mo did not resist, letting the suction force take him into the tower. Lin Mo found that he had arrived at the core of the Ancient Thunder Tower. Obviously Feng Yiming trusted him very much. A half-person high crystal was suspended in midair. This was the thunder core. Thunder filled the small space, like a sea of thunder. Unless it was a god-level powerhouse, it would be difficult to last too long in this environment. Even with 80% lightning element immunity, it would still suffer great damage. While resisting the lightning, he also had to control the thunder core, so naturally he could not exert his full power. But compared to Feng Yiming, who controlled the Ancient Thunder Tower from the outside, it was still much stronger. Lin Mo put his hand on the thunder core, and in an instant, a huge current drilled in, directly entering the spiritual world. A picture appeared in Lin Mo's mind. It was the picture of the surroundings of the Godsha ancient city. The perspective was overhead, and the distance could be adjusted. The picture of the surrounding hundreds of kilometers of the Godsha ancient city was in full view. The picture was extremely clear, even clearer than looking directly with the eyes. 99. Even the Demon King hidden in the depths of the abyss fire was completely exposed. As expected, there's still someone hidden. Lin Mo saw that besides the 5 Demon Kings, there was another Demon King hiding, and it was even more powerful. It stood there like a shadow, and Lin Mo hadn't been able to detect it before. This is the Gloom Demon King. Lin Moyu recognized it, specializing in shadow assassination, somewhat similar to the assassin class of the human race. But it was even more terrifying. It had once successfully assassinated a god-level powerhouse of the human race. In the human race's records, it was level 92, although not yet a mid-level demon king, it was sometimes more terrifying than a mid-level demon king. Unexpectedly, it was the one to deal with him today. Lin Moyu knew that if he faced it head-on, he would probably have no chance. Unless he used his trump card, he would be dead for sure. At this moment, controlling the ancient thunder tower, Lin Moyu's eyes showed a hint of excitement. Let's see if I can kill you. Chapter 493. Divine Thunder shows its power. You schemed against me. Another bolt of lightning shot out from the ancient thunder tower, and the sea of thunder became stronger again. The demon kings all exerted their power, helping the demon army resist the sea of thunder, but some demons still couldn't hold on and were killed by the sea of thunder. Feng Yiming was overjoyed. It seems that Divine General Lin has controlled the ancient thunder tower. He respected Lin Moyu even more in his heart, and in his eyes, Lin Moyu was like a god. Lin Moyu had indeed completely controlled the ancient thunder tower, and the previous lightning bolt was just a small test. The ancient thunder tower was connected to the entire Divine Summer Ancient City and was the core of the entire Divine Summer Ancient City's formation. It could not only attack but also defend. He also understood that Feng Yiming was not exaggerating. As long as the ancient thunder tower was controlled, the Divine Summer Ancient City would be unbreakable. Not to mention the current demon army, several demon kings. Even if there were twice as many, it would be impossible to break through. Lin Moyu knew that Feng Yiming must have a backup plan. If he didn't control the ancient thunder tower, someone would definitely come to control it. He knew the structure of the human army too well, and they would definitely leave a backup plan. But now that he had taken over, this great battle could be declared over. Lin Moyu controlled the thunder core, allowing the lightning to flow through his body. At this moment, the human and tower were united, and the power of the ancient city was brought to the extreme. The formation in the ancient city operated, continuously drawing energy from the earth of the ancient battlefield. At the same time, the ancient city had existed for an unknown number of years and had accumulated an unimaginable amount of energy. Now it was all in Lin Moyu's control and could be used by Lin Moyu. I've never fought such a rich battle. Lin Moyu controlled the formation, and bolts of lightning shot out from the ancient thunder tower. The shape of the ancient thunder tower also began to gradually increase, and the thunder became even more terrifying. The shield that was originally precarious under the crazy attacks of the demon army suddenly became extremely stable. At the same time, the range of the Sea of Thunder expanded again, and a rain of thunder fell 10 kilometers away from the ancient city. The thunder was like a waterfall, covering the entire ancient city within a radius of 10 kilometers. Lin Moyu directly surrounded the demon army with thunder. The demons panicked when they saw this. The demon kings also faintly felt that something was wrong and ordered the demon army to attack with all their might. But the Divine Summer Ancient City's protective shield was now as solid as a rock, and it didn't budge under the demon army's attacks. Feng Yiming laughed and said, "It's useless, unless your demon emperor personally takes action, it's impossible to break the ancient city's defense." Feng Yiming's boast angered the demon kings. One of the demon kings angrily said, "What is a mere defense? This king will break it for you." It rushed out with the abyss fire, and blue flames burned in its palm. That was not a flame, but an ice flame. An ice flame with a terrifyingly low temperature, looking like a flame was jumping. Lin Moyu recognized that this demon king was called the Ice Flame Demon King, specializing in controlling water elements. Using water to make ice, forming an ultra-low temperature ice flame. It slapped the shield with anger. The shield shook heavily, and the blue ice flame spread around the surface of the shield. Almost half of the shield was covered by the ice flame. The shield initially had a slight deformation, but it stabilized in an instant. The Ice Flame Demon King was incredulous. It was furious, and terrifying ice flames rose from its body, and it slapped down again. This time, the entire shield turned blue, but it still didn't break. Lin Moyu shook his head, not to mention the Ice Flame Demon King couldn't break the current shield. Even if the 5 Demon Kings, plus the Gloom Demon King, worked together, they wouldn't be able to break this thin shield. On this point, Feng Yiming did not exaggerate. Unless the Demon Emperor took action, the shield was unbreakable. Moreover, a murderous intent flashed in Lin Moyu's eyes. A tiny ray of thunder descended from the sky, drilling into the Ice Flame Demon King's body like a sharp sword. The Ice Flame Demon King suddenly froze there, motionless, and after 2 seconds, it spat out a mouthful of blood. The thunder burst out from its body, the Ice Flame Demon King's whole body exploded with blood, and the ice flame on its body disappeared. Its aura suddenly weakened, and it was seriously injured. The Ice Flame Demon King then let out a scream and fled back like crazy. The Demon King's speed was extremely fast, instantly thousands of meters. A space-time tunnel appeared in front of it, and the aura of the abyss came from the other end of the space-time tunnel. You can't escape. Lin Moyu chuckled, and another 1 or 2 lightning bolts fell. The speed was extremely fast, arriving before it. A lightning bolt landed on the space-time tunnel, and the space-time tunnel was instantly annihilated. Another lightning bolt landed on the Ice Flame Demon King, and the Ice Flame Demon King froze in midair again. 1 second later, the Ice Flame Demon King exploded, and a ball of thunder lit up in midair, completely obliterating the Ice Flame Demon King's flesh. Not only the flesh, but even its soul was not spared. Lin Moyu controlled the ancient thunder tower and released this fatal attack. This attack was called Divine Thunder. It can kill god-level powerhouses. The scene suddenly became quiet, and the powerful Ice Flame Demon King died so easily. Only 2 lightning bolts killed a Demon King. This divine summer ancient city was a bit too terrifying. The ancient thunder tower was still rotating unhurriedly, but it brought an unspeakable horror. The remaining Demon Kings were all chilled. They were Demon Kings, and they cherished their lives. They opened the space-time tunnel one after another, wanting to escape. Not to mention them, even the Gloom Demon King hidden in the dark was wavering at this time. But it did not take action, it was still waiting. The space-time tunnel appeared, and the Demon King couldn't wait to get in. As for the Demon Army, they didn't care about sacrificing others to save themselves. Several subtle flashes of lightning struck, shattering the space-time channel. Lin Moyu's voice slowly echoed, "Everyone, now that you're here, don't even think about leaving." The expressions of the Demon Kings drastically changed as divine lightning bolts rained down from the sky. The Demon Kings' faces changed dramatically, and they all unleashed their strongest powers to resist. At this moment, to save their lives, they went all out. As Demon Kings in the lower space, as long as they exerted their full power, they would be forcibly sent back to the deep space within a few minutes at most. That's exactly what they were doing now, going all out. As long as they could survive these few minutes, they could escape. Lin Moyu also knew what they were thinking, but under the divine lightning of punishment, they had no chance. Except for the Dark Demon King, who was still hidden in the shadows, the remaining 4 Demon Kings joined forces to fight against the divine lightning of punishment. The other demons were completely exposed to the sea of lightning. Screams echoed for a time, and a large number of demons fell like raindrops. Feng Yiming's eyes lit up, as Lin Moyu had already achieved the unity of man and tower. Under his control, the ancient lightning tower displayed the power that only existed in legends. After countless years, the divine lightning of punishment reappeared in the world. Feng Yiming had only heard of the divine lightning of punishment in records, but had never seen it with his own eyes. Now he finally saw it. The seemingly inconspicuous lightning possessed such terrifying power. It is said that the divine lightning of punishment contains the power of laws, killing demon kings like slaughtering dogs, and it seems to be true. Only laws can fight against laws. I just wonder how much of the ancient lightning tower's power General Lin can unleash. Feng Yiming had a distinguished family background and was very clear about many things. At this moment, his whole body was trembling with excitement. As a human soldier, he was most happy to see demon kings being slaughtered. Not only him, but when the Ice Flame Demon King was killed, everyone in the ancient city was pleasantly surprised, almost cheering. Now, as the divine lightning of punishment rained down, and seeing that the other 4 demon kings were about to die, everyone was extremely excited. Finally, a demon king couldn't hold on any longer and shouted angrily, "Dark Demon King, if you don't act now, we will all die. Dark Demon King, hurry up and act." Faced with death, the demon kings were also afraid of dying, and were on the verge of collapse. They no longer cared about the original plan, and called out to the only being who could possibly save them. Trash! A reprimand came from the air, and the Dark Demon King knew that it could no longer hide. It revealed its figure, its slender body exposed in the air. Its wings suddenly spread open, and despite its slender, bamboo-like body, its wingspan exceeded 20 meters. The aura of the abyss surged from its wings, forming a black curtain in the air, blocking the divine lightning of punishment. Its strength was fully revealed, far more powerful than the previous 4 demon kings. It stepped in to protect the 4 demon kings, giving them a chance to breathe. Then, it rushed towards the barrier with a sinister smile. The moment it touched the barrier, its body turned into flowing water and merged with the barrier. On the other side of the barrier, its figure slowly emerged. Lin Moyu thought of what was recorded in the information, that the Dark Demon King could penetrate any object. He just didn't expect that it could even penetrate the barrier. However, the penetration speed was very, very slow. Lin Moyu had long known that it had this ability. I've been waiting for you. With a thought, the barrier instantly became more solid. The Dark Demon King, who was slowly taking shape, suddenly stopped. Then, the divine lightning of punishment flew along the barrier. With a scream, the Dark Demon King quickly retreated and reformed in midair. You son of *tch, you ambushed me. The Dark Demon King gritted its teeth. The power of this divine lightning of punishment was much greater than before. If it had been the Ice Flame Demon King, a single divine lightning of punishment would have been enough to kill it. It then realized that Lin Moyu had discovered it long ago, and had been preparing to ambush it. Chapter 494, Blood Sacrifice. Demon Emperor's Finger. Inside the ancient lightning tower, Lin Moyu manipulated the lightning core at will, and the sea of lightning continued to boil. In this environment, even a god-level powerhouse would not be able to manipulate the lightning core as freely as he could. Hearing the Dark Demon King's angry cry, Lin Moyu's lips curled into a slight smile. Ambush it, wasn't that obvious? The killing intent in his eyes grew stronger. At this moment, the domain godstone gently rotated, and a killing intent unique to Lin Moyu burst forth and entered the lightning core. The world, originally interwoven with a sea of lightning and the flames of the abyss, suddenly gained a touch of darkness. This touch of darkness, mixed in the sea of lightning, actually increased the power of the sea of lightning again. The demon army, which was struggling to support itself in the sea of lightning, suffered a devastating blow. Even those demons above level 80 could not hold on and fell under the bombardment of the sea of lightning. The pressure on the 4 demon kings also doubled. The Dark Demon King was shocked and angry. How can there be the aura of laws? Laws. This was the second time Lin Moyu had heard this word. But at this moment, he entered a very peculiar state. Since the killing intent poured into the lightning core, he seemed to have a mysterious connection with the ancient lightning tower and the entire ancient god-blessed city. He had control over the entire ancient god-blessed city. Lin Moyu had a feeling of being one with the ancient god-blessed city, and he was even more free to do as he pleased. Amidst the demons' despair, Lin Moyu began the final massacre. The divine lightning of punishment reappeared, and its power was even greater than before. The Dark Demon King spread its wings, and black gas filled the air, resisting the divine lightning of punishment. It was very strong, and it was the strongest among the middle-ranked demon kings. But under the divine lightning of punishment, its defensive range was rapidly shrinking. The Dark Demon King said in a deep voice, "We can only use that move." The other demon kings paused abruptly, and the Fire Spirit Demon King, who couldn't show any expression, emitted a hoarse voice through the vibration of the flames, "Is there no other way?" The Dark Demon King shook its head, "Either do it, or die." The demon kings knew that it was right, either do it, or die. Now, there was no choice. Then let's do it. The 5 demon kings made a decision and acted at the same time. The Dark Demon King gritted its teeth and roared angrily, its voice sharp and piercing, and the voice echoed in the ancient field through the barrier. Many professionals showed painful expressions. Even if they covered their ears, they could hardly resist the Dark Demon King's screams. Originally, they were watching the demons being beaten as if it were a game, and they didn't think the demon kings were that strong. Oh one. But now this sound pulled them back to reality. They realized that outside the shield was the Demon King, a terrifying existence who could stand shoulder to shoulder with a god-level powerhouse. His scream alone could injure them. In the scream, the Dark Demon King's wings exploded, turning into black gas that covered a large area. Wherever the black gas reached, the Sea of Thunder was blocked, and the remaining demons inside finally got a respite. The demons felt a sense of relief after surviving a disaster. Do it. With the Dark Demon King's stern cry, nightmares descended upon these demons who had just seen hope. The 5 demon kings attacked together, launching a massacre against these demons. These demons, who were already struggling to survive, couldn't withstand the Demon King's attacks, and a large number of them died instantly. How could they have imagined that the Demon Kings, who had been protecting them, would suddenly turn against them and turn their blades on them? By the time they reacted, it was too late. There was nowhere to escape, and they couldn't resist, their fate was already sealed. The humans in the ancient city were stunned, wondering why the demons suddenly started killing each other. Only a few experienced people guessed what was happening. Blood sacrifice. Feng Yiming gritted his teeth and uttered 2 words. Lin Mo saw this scene, which seemed familiar. Is there going to be a sacrifice again? But even if a mid-level demon king is summoned, what's the use? He strengthened the god-slaying lightning again. Having manipulated the ancient thunder tower for only about a minute, he had gained a further understanding of the ancient thunder tower and the godly Sha ancient city. Lin Mo whispered, just unleashing 30% of the attack power can slaughter demon kings. If I were stronger and became a god, I could unleash the full combat power of the ancient city. I'm afraid I could fight a high-level demon king. What is the origin of the godly Sha ancient city, and why does this ancient thunder tower look so familiar? Lin Mo felt that the godly Sha ancient city was extremely extraordinary and very mysterious. With his current ability, he can only unleash 30% of the ancient thunder tower's combat power. Even so, it is enough to crush these low-level demon kings in front of him. He really wanted to explore and study it, but now is not the time. In just over 10 seconds, the remaining demons had been slaughtered by the demon kings. Their bodies exploded, and the demon kings collected their blood essence. Even many of the demons who had died before exploded at this time, and the blood essence that had not yet cooled was extracted. A huge blood mass appeared in the air, and the bloody smell was nauseating. The Dark Demon King gritted his teeth. Not enough, let's switch to us. At this time, the black gas transformed from its wings had been nearly half wiped out under the god-slaying lightning. At most, in another 30 seconds, the god-slaying lightning could directly fall on them. And to leave the lower space, it would take at least 3 minutes. This time is enough to kill them dozens of times. The demon kings were also decisive, bursting out a large amount of blood essence from their bodies and merging it into the blood mass. The demon king's aura suddenly weakened, and their levels dropped sharply. This behavior was extremely harmful to them, and except for the Dark Demon King, the 4 demon kings all fell to the edge of level 90. Only one step away, and they would no longer be demon kings. It's up to you. The demon kings looked at the Dark Demon King, pinning their last hope on him. With the demon king's blood essence, the entire blood mass shone brightly. The Dark Demon King inserted his hands into the blood mass, and the blood mass suddenly burst into flames. The abyssal fire in the air gathered and merged into the blood mass. Lin Mo saw that in the very center of the blood mass, a space-time channel appeared. It really is a blood sacrifice, but a demon king's blood sacrifice, what is this for? 393 so many high-level demons, plus the demon kings performing a blood sacrifice together, what is being summoned? Summoning other demon kings? Lin Mo immediately denied his guess. It's not that simple. When the space-time channel appeared, it absorbed a large amount of blood essence, and almost black flames emerged from it. An extremely terrifying aura permeated out. Just a few strands of aura crashed over like a tsunami. The people in the ancient city fell to the ground with a thud, shivering. Many of the professionals who had already taken off into the air fell down one by one. The soldiers huddled together to barely hold on. Feng Yiming trembled uncontrollably and shouted at Lin Mo, "General Lin, it's a demon emperor, they are summoning a demon emperor." Demon emperor. The ruler of the abyss world, the head of all demon kings. It is said that its strength is comparable to that of a demigod of the human race. Unexpectedly, they are summoning a demon emperor. But according to the rules in the lower space, mid-level demon kings will be subject to various restrictions when they want to come over. Not to mention the demon emperor. Although the demon emperor is strong, it has not yet reached the point where it can ignore the restrictions of the lower space. The space-time channel formed, but it was not stable. The power and blood essence were not enough. The Dark Demon King roared, and it also burst out a large amount of blood essence from its body and merged it into the space-time channel. The space-time channel finally stabilized, and the aura emanating from it became even more terrifying. The soldiers in the air could not bear it and fell one after another. Now only Feng Yiming can still stand in the air. Chapter 495. Unmatched, the sky is cracked. The Finger Phantom collided violently with the ancient Thunder Tower. There was no roar, not even the expected lightning. At this moment, the two forces concentrated infinitely to confront each other. Blocked it. Everyone showed a look of surprise. The ancient thunder tower actually blocked the demon emperor's finger. And the few extremely weak demon kings showed horror and disbelief. The demon emperor's finger was actually blocked. What is the origin of this tower? How can it be so terrifying? The surroundings were quiet for 2 seconds. Crack. The sound of glass breaking sounded. A huge crack appeared in the distant sky outside the ancient city. Outside the crack was endless void. A terrifying aura was transmitted from the void, causing all professionals to shiver. The sky is cracked. The collision between the demon emperor and the ancient thunder tower cracked the sky. Oh 2. Their combined power was too terrifying, exceeding the limit that the lower space could withstand, so the sky cracked. Fortunately, the crack was relatively far from the ancient city, and the spatial rift only lasted for a few seconds. The phantom of the demon emperor's finger disappeared, and the ancient thunder tower returned to its proper position. It seemed like a draw. Lin Mo suddenly appeared outside the ancient thunder tower. At this moment, his hand was flashing with fire, holding the solidified fire god's essence blood. Skill. Summon Elemental Lich. The Flame Lich emerged in response, streaking a fiery light towards where the Demon Kings were. Not good. The Dark Demon King cried out and tried to retreat. Unfortunately, they were too weak now. Although they reacted, they were too slow. The Flame Lich crashed into the Demon Emperor's finger outside the space-time channel at top speed. With a deafening roar, flames exploded. The Flame Lich self-destructed, unleashing an attack close to the pseudo-god level. The 5 Demon Kings were engulfed in flames, screaming incessantly. Normally, the Flame Lich's self-destruction would hardly hurt them. But it was different now, as they had become extremely weak due to the blood sacrifice. The Flame Lich's self-destruction was enough to deal them a fatal blow. The Demon Emperor's finger was also engulfed in flames, but it remained motionless, letting the flames burn. Flames of this level couldn't hurt it at all. Lin Mo had anticipated this and wasn't surprised. The fire god's fire. Lin Mo seemed to hear a voice, but it was as if he hadn't, like an illusion. Then, the Demon Emperor's finger gently hooked, and the flames on the 5 Demon Kings extinguished simultaneously. The 5 Demon Kings looked as miserable as could be. They involuntarily flew towards the Demon Emperor's finger, and the space-time channel expanded at that moment, engulfing them all. Then, the space-time channel disappeared along with the Demon Emperor's finger. Lin Mo didn't try to stop it. In fact, he couldn't have stopped it even if he wanted to, as everything happened so quickly. The blood sacrifice only summoned the Demon Emperor's finger, and it only had the power of one strike. Everyone in the ancient city breathed a sigh of relief, feeling as if they had been given a second chance at life. That finger of the Demon Emperor was too terrifying. A single finger suppressed the entire scene. Feng Yiming also had a sense of escaping death, and he flew to Lin Mo's side. General Lin, thanks to you this time. Lin Mo shook his head. If it weren't for me, the demons wouldn't have attacked the city. Fortunately, there were no casualties. Feng Yiming didn't think so. It's the responsibility of all humans to kill demons. General Lin is a role model for us. Also a member of the Feng family, Feng Yiming's flattery skills were several levels higher than Feng Shu's. Lin Mo said, I'd like to study the ancient thunder tower further. May I ask if Commander Feng permits it? How could Feng Yiming disagree? He repeatedly said, General Lin, please do as you wish. The ancient thunder tower had been in the city for years, admired by people every day. But very few were truly qualified to enter. Lin Mo was one of them. After Lin Mo re-entered the ancient thunder tower, the military's teleportation array lit up. 3 people appeared from the teleportation array. The 3 had powerful auras, each of them a divine-level expert. After receiving Feng Yiming's request for help, they first went to the deep space, and then returned to the upper space through the space-time channel. Then, they returned to the Divine Summer Ancient City with the help of the teleportation stone. They had been rushing non-stop since receiving the request for help, arriving in just 10 minutes. Thinking that with the Divine Summer Ancient City, they could hold out for 10 minutes. Unexpectedly, the battle was already over when they arrived. Feng Yiming respectfully saluted the 3 Ancient City Army. Legion Commander Feng Yiming greets the 3 adults. The 3 were all divine-level experts from the military. One of them was from the Feng family, named Feng Xingjian, who was Feng Yiming's elder. The other 2 were named Tan Xingxia and Tan Xinqiu, who were brothers. After arriving, the two immediately flew up to inspect the battlefield. Yiming, no need to be so polite. Is the battle over? Have the demons retreated? Feng Xingjian asked quickly. In terms of family seniority, Feng Xingjian was Feng Yiming's uncle. His words were also casual. Feng Yiming said, yes, fortunately General Lin was here. General Lin manipulated the ancient god tower and repelled the demon army. General Lin. Feng Xingjian was a little puzzled. Among the generals he knew, there was no one named Lin. Feng Yiming said, it's General Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu, so it's him. Feng Xingjian had naturally heard of Lin Moyu's name, and was even very curious about Lin Moyu. The youngest general in the history of the human race. He killed the Flame Demon King before level 48, creating a miraculous record, even more powerful than many divine level experts. Wait, Feng Xingjian suddenly exclaimed, you said Lin Moyu is here. Isn't he only in his 50s? Feng Yiming nodded. General Lin was level 52 when he first arrived, and now he is level 53. According to him, he came to the lower space due to an accident. Where is he? He's still in the ancient Thunder Tower, saying he wants to study it. At this time, the two divine level experts who came with Feng Xingjian had already looked around the ancient city. They saw demon corpses everywhere. Clearly, the battle was very fierce. It just ended a little too quickly. Feng Xingjian asked, Yiming, tell us the whole process of the battle. Okay. Feng Yiming told the situation at that time in detail, and the three sighed repeatedly as they listened. They had long known that the ancient Thunder Tower was very powerful. If they could control the ancient Thunder Tower, it would be enough to fight against divine level experts, and even kill divine level experts. Unexpectedly, Lin Moyu did it, and even killed a demon king. In the end, he even forced the 5 demon kings to perform a blood sacrifice, summoning the demon emperor's finger. In the end, even the demon emperor's finger could only draw with the ancient Thunder Tower. The whole process was like a mythical story. After listening, Feng Xingjian couldn't help but laugh, it seems we are really old. Another divine level expert snorted, that Bai Yiyuan is lucky to have received such a good disciple. If you have the guts, say this in front of Bai Yiyuan and see if he doesn't beat you up. Although I can't beat him, so what? I'll still say what I want to say. Alright, you're not afraid of getting beaten up, you're the strongest. The three came to the square, exchanging words. They had long seen the red light soaring into the sky, knowing that Lin Moyu had obtained the second origin rune. As divine level experts, they knew much more information than Feng Yiming. They knew that the origin rune was not something you could get just by wanting it, nor was it something you could get just by working hard. It involved more complex things, and these things couldn't be explained in words. The three could only feel envious. Divine General Lin is truly blessed with great fortune. 2 open black lens bracket origin runes close black lens bracket, throughout history, there haven't been many people like that. And without exception, the worst achievement of these people is also level 96, a high-level god. Even among gods, there are distinctions. Levels 90 to 92 are low level, 93 to 95 are mid-level, and 96 to 98 are high-level. Each level difference represents a world of difference in strength. Like Bai Yiyuan and Meng Anwen, they have already reached the peak of level 95, only one step away from becoming high-level god-level experts. Level 98 is the most special. Reaching level 98 is considered high-level. But if one reaches the peak of level 98 and touches another level, a subject. Although still level 98, their combat power has increased significantly. Such individuals are called demigods. Level 99 is also demigod. As for true transcendent gods, there are no recorded appearances in thousands of years of history. According to historical records, people like Lin Moyu who obtain 2 open black lens bracket origin runes close black lens bracket are very rare, and without exception, their lowest achievement is level 96. Lin Moyu will inevitably reach this step as well. The three exchanged glances, and in their eyes, Lin Moyu's status quietly changed. Inside the ancient Thunder Pagoda, Lin Moyu was engaged in deep communication with Lei Xin. The space where Lei Xin was located was still engulfed by a sea of thunder. When Lin Moyu controlled the ancient Thunder Pagoda earlier, he discovered some different things that piqued his interest. Chapter 496, New Origin Rune Skill. Outside the Demon Emperor's palace, the abyss fire was deep and black. The 5 demon kings were being roasted in the flames. They showed no signs of pain. In the flames, their auras were rapidly recovering. In just a moment, all damage had been restored. Not only restored, but even stronger than before. The Dark Demon King was originally at the peak of level 92, only half a step away from level 93. Now it has taken another step, and it won't be long before it can evolve to level 93 and become a mid-level Demon King. The flames disappeared, and the Demon Emperor's voice slowly sounded, "You have done well this time." The Dark Demon King lowered its head and gritted its teeth, "It's a pity we couldn't kill Lin Moyu." The Demon Emperor said, "He hid in the ancient city of Shengxia and controlled the ancient Thunder Pagoda. It's normal that you couldn't kill him. Look for another opportunity next time." The Fire Spirit Demon King's hoarse voice came from the light, "Your Majesty, we will look for another opportunity to fulfill your order. Go." The five did not dare to disobey the Demon Emperor's order. Although they wanted to bask in the fire a little longer, they obediently left. After they left, a faint voice came from the Demon Emperor's palace. "The fire god's flames, how could they reappear in his hands? It seems that the poison of the Black Sky King City also has the aura of the poison god. Could it be that they are not dead?" Even the Demon Emperor had to ponder this matter and could not find the correct answer for a while. The ancient Thunder Pagoda is the core of the entire ancient city of Shengxia, and the Thunder Chip is the core of the ancient Thunder Pagoda. Inside the ancient Thunder Pagoda, Lin Moyu saw some magical scenes through Lei Xin. Deep within Lei Xin, it was recorded how the ancient city of Shengxia was built in the past. This piece of history that no one has ever seen is completely different from the history recorded by the human race. In Lei Xin's records, the location of the ancient city of Shengxia was originally a wasteland inhabited by many monsters. In the center of the monsters, Lin Moyu also saw a boss. Judging by its size alone, it was a world-class boss, at least level 80 or higher. Suddenly one day, a city appeared in the sky. The city was not large. It fell from the sky and landed with a bang on this wasteland. All the monsters on the wasteland instantly died, including the world-class boss. The city was dilapidated, with traces of damage everywhere. But this did not hinder its power. Being able to instantly suppress a world-class boss to death, how could it not be strong? After landing, the city quickly took root and began to absorb energy from the earth. It was using this energy to repair itself. During this process, the scale of the city gradually decreased. Then, the ancient Thunder Pagoda slowly rose from the center of the city. The newly appeared ancient Thunder Pagoda was also incomplete, almost shattered. After a long period of time, the ancient Thunder Pagoda and the city were both repaired. At this time, the scale of the city had shrunk more than 10 times compared to its original size, becoming what it is now. During this process, the earth was changed. It became the only city in the lower space. Later, after countless years of self-repair, the ancient city became more and more complete, and the accumulated energy became more and more immense. Thousands of years ago, the ancestors of the Shengxia kingdom came here, and this city became the ancient city of Shengxia. In fact, before the ancestors of Shengxia arrived, some people had come here before. But none of them were able to enter. This is a piece of information buried in history. Lin Moyu was even more certain that there must have been a break in the history of the human race. Many years ago, something earth-shattering must have happened. Even such a powerful city could be beaten like this. It's already so powerful when it's not in its complete form. If it were fully powered, could it directly confront the Demon Emperor? Lin Moyu had expectations in his heart. But with his current abilities, he couldn't do it. After watching this historical record, Lin Moyu left the ancient Thunder Pagoda. As soon as he came out, he saw Feng Xingjian and the other two. "Greetings, seniors." Lin Moyu maintained a respectful attitude towards the God-level experts. God-level experts are worthy of respect. Most God-level experts have fought their way out of battles of ice and fire. Lin Moyu was polite, and Feng Xingjian was also very polite to Lin Moyu. God-level experts and divine generals have comparable status. Especially when they saw the 3-star divine general badge on Lin Moyu's shoulder, their eyes narrowed sharply. Lin Moyu killed the Flame Demon King because the Flame Demon King brought it upon himself by forcibly entering the dungeon and having most of his strength suppressed. But now Lin Moyu is already a 3-star divine general, which means that after that, he killed 2 more God-level experts. This is intriguing. It also shows that Lin Moyu indeed has the strength to confront God-level experts head-on. The most terrifying thing is Lin Moyu's level. He has such strength at level 53. If Lin Moyu completes his 3rd job change, or even steps into the God level, What level will his strength reach? The three were shocked and their minds were racing. Oh 4. They became even more polite to Lin Mo Yu. The three of them chatted with Lin Mo Yu for a while, their attitude was very friendly and they didn't seem aggressive at all. Until time ran out, the three had to return to the deep space. After the three left, Feng Yiming breathed a sigh of relief. Unlike Lin Mo Yu, he could still chat and laugh freely in the face of three divine-level powerhouses. The aura naturally exuded by divine-level powerhouses made him feel suppressed. Feng Yiming said softly, "Divine General Lin, although the demons have failed this time, they will definitely come again, so you must be careful next time." Lin Mo Yu nodded, "I will stay for a few more days, and leave after that source rune is fused." "Do you know where the source secret realm is?" Feng Yiming shook his head, "I'm not very clear, I'll have someone inquire about it. Then I'll have to trouble Commander Feng. In the next few days, Lin Mo Yu didn't go anywhere, and stayed in the ancient city with peace of mind. This is a magical city, and its current appearance is far from its true appearance. It is also not like what is recorded in history, built by the Divine Xia Empire. Its history is far earlier than the Divine Xia Empire. Lin Mo Yu really wanted to see what it would look like when the ancient city regained its glory one day. He sat on the ground, feeling the pulse of the ancient city. The ancient city continuously draws energy from the earth and constantly accumulates it. Even after more than 1,000 years, there is still a huge gap. Lin Mo Yu could feel from the thunder core that the ancient city still needed a huge amount of energy. Gradually, his heartbeat began to slow down, gradually merging with the pulse of the ancient city. Thump thump thump, the sound of the ancient city beating echoed in his mind. He breathed and beat with the ancient city. Under the ancient city, a huge and extremely complex array was slowly operating. Immediately afterwards, a mark flew out of this array and entered Lin Mo Yu's spiritual world. From this moment on, Lin Mo Yu found that there was an inexplicable connection between himself and the ancient city. With a sudden inspiration, Lin Mo Yu knew that he had been recognized by the ancient city. Just like thousands of years ago, when the ancestors of the Divine Xia Empire came, they were allowed to enter only after being recognized by the ancient city. Although this recognition is still very weak and very elementary. But it also brought him a lot of benefits. The first benefit is that he can instantly return to the ancient city from anywhere in the eternal battlefield. Without relying on any items, whether it is deep space or upper space, even if he is in a secret realm. He can instantly return to the ancient city. This gives a great guarantee of safety. With this recognition, Lin Mo Yu knew that he was almost absolutely safe in the eternal battlefield. A few days later, the light of the source rune gradually dissipated. The 10-day test period finally ended, and the source rune began to merge. Countless eyes in the ancient city watched the gradually disappearing red light, their eyes filled with envy. But there was no jealousy, they all knew that this was what Lin Mo Yu deserved. Lin Mo Yu's strength is well known. Lin Mo Yu watched the red light gather and disappear with his own eyes, and then a corresponding source rune appeared on the back of his right hand. It's at the one, the character of the one. Gain skill. Power gathering. Power gathering. Gathers the power of a specified summon, inherits all the skills of the summon, and integrates some of the summon's attributes. Duration 5 minutes, cooldown 60 minutes. After carefully reading the skill explanation of power gathering, Lin Mo Yu found it difficult to judge the strength of this skill. But since it is a skill brought by the source rune, it will definitely not be weak. Try it. Lin Mo Yu's heart moved, he opened the lightning undead wings and quickly flew out of the ancient city. Chapter 497. The skill is not used like this. Lin Mo Yu has not been idle these days. The lightning undead wings have also been continuously cultivated. At this time, it has reached level 4. Lightning undead wings level 4, the user and the summon have the ability to fly for 40 seconds, cooldown time is 7 minutes. The higher the skill level, the faster the flying speed, the shorter the cooldown time. The flying speed per second has increased to 800 meters, which is quite fast. Lin Mo Yu flew out dozens of kilometers and had already seen a large number of monsters. Since it is an experiment, what can be better than actual combat? Lin Mo Yu flew for a while, and finally found a boss. Judging from its size, it should be a Lord-level boss, around level 75. Divine Dragon Continent is the safest of the 4 continents in the lower space. The strongest monster on it is only a level 80 world-class boss. Other monsters are basically around level 70. It became Lin Mo Yu's target. The entire undead legion appeared. A total of 32,670 skeletons, berserkers, archmages, and marksmen, respectively 10,890, very balanced. Lin Moyu thought for a while, and summoned all the elemental liches. Because he summoned the flame lich in the previous battle, he replaced the poison lich again. This time, the 6 elemental liches are flame, storm, frost, earth, lightning, and undead respectively. 6 different colored halos appeared under the feet of the undead legion, constantly flashing and rotating, dazzling and unparalleled. Except for the spare skeletons in the summoning space, Lin Moyu has already summoned everything he can summon. The one rune on the back of his right hand began to glow. Skill. Power gathering. This was the first time he activated this skill, and Lin Moyu was still a little unfamiliar. But he quickly adapted. Each summon has its own position and perception in its spiritual world. It is equivalent to having a huge spiritual network in Lin Moyu's spiritual world, forming a connection with each other. This is the case for any summoner, and summoners have a spiritual connection with their summons. As the skill was activated, Lin Moyu found countless light spots lit up in his spiritual world. The spiritual world became brilliant. The whole person was shining. A huge force was transmitted from all the summons. Strength is increasing, agility is increasing, mental power is increasing, and physique is also increasing. Not only skeletons, but also lich generals, and elemental liches. Their attributes are gathering on themselves. Lin Moyu found that he had mastered the Berserker's Rage skill of the Skeleton Berserker. Then he mastered the Elemental Explosion skill of the Skeleton Archmage. Marksman's skills, Lich General's skills, Elemental Lich's skills. All the skills were mastered by him. Lin Moyu suddenly flashed, he mastered the Lich General's skills. Oh 5. Does this mean I can use skills to resolve the corpse poison? Without a second thought, Lin Moyu immediately cast a skill on a monster. The light of the skill illuminated, and Lin Moyu and the Undead Legion felt the skill simultaneously. Unfortunately, the skill couldn't be applied to the monster. Although the Lich General's skill was inherited, it could only benefit himself and the Undead Legion. However, Lin Moyu felt the effect of an auxiliary skill for the first time. He didn't feel any enhancement in his attributes. The skill has clearly been cast, so why don't I feel my power increasing? He checked his attributes. Open black lens bracket name. Lin Moyu concentration state close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket level. 53 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket strength. 1,000,000 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket agility. 1,000,000 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket spirit. 1,000,000 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket constitution. 1,000,000 close black lens bracket. Lin Moyu was shocked by his own attributes. His 4-dimensional attributes had all reached 1,000,000. With balanced 4 dimensions, the total attributes reached a staggering 4,000,000. This was comparable to a level 80 world boss. Clearly a level 53 human, yet able to possess attributes comparable to a level 80 world boss in a short period. If word got out, no one would believe it. The open black lens bracket strengthen troops close black lens bracket skill can also increase attributes by 200%. If I use the open black lens bracket strengthen troops close black lens bracket skill again. If it works, each attribute would be as high as 3,000,000, with a total of 12,000,000 attributes, comparable to a god-level powerhouse. God-level powerhouses share a common characteristic: their total basic attributes exceed 10,000,000. Lin Moyu felt excited just thinking about it. Without hesitation, he directly activated the open black lens bracket strengthen troops close black lens bracket skill. The light of the skill fell, and the skeleton's aura rapidly increased. However, Lin Moyu still didn't feel anything. Checking his attributes, each attribute remained at 1,000,000 without any change. Lin Moyu pondered for a moment and thought of a possibility. It seems that 1,000,000 for a single attribute is my current limit. Perhaps as my level increases, the limit can be further raised. This was most likely the reason, and Lin Moyu felt that his guess made sense. But even in this state, I'm already very, very strong. With a total of 4,000,000 attributes, coupled with the skills he inherited, his instantaneous burst power was astonishingly strong. Especially the Berserk Barrage skill inherited from the Skeleton Berserker, the instantaneous burst damage was equivalent to 600% of his strength attribute. With a strength attribute of 1,000,000, he could unleash damage equivalent to 7,000,000 strength. Although the open black lens bracket strength and troops close black lens bracket skill couldn't further amplify his attributes, the 500% damage amplification still existed. While the skill time was still active, Lin Moyu couldn't wait to try it out. He randomly grabbed a platinum-grade axe from his storage space and charged towards the boss. He cast Detection. Open black lens bracket Roaring Fang Beast King World-Class Boss Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Level 73 Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Strength 800,000 Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Agility 550,000 Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Spirit 550,000 Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Constitution 700,000 Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Skills Angry Roar Powerful Attack Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Traits Wind Element Damage Reduction 50%, Enhanced Vitality, Enhanced Attack Power Close black lens bracket. Single Immunity, Double Enhancement, only at the ordinary level among world bosses. Moreover, Lin Moyu felt that this boss was somewhat unworthy of its name, as most world bosses would possess some passive skills. Even some powerful lord-level bosses could possess powerful passive abilities. This boss before him seemed somewhat weak. It is indeed a bit weak, but it's perfect for experimentation. The corners of Lin Moyu's mouth curved up slightly as he swooped down. Because of the detection, the Roaring Fang Beast King had already seen Lin Moyu. Bosses above level 70 could also fly. It sprang up like lightning, letting out a roar. Countless thorns instantly grew on its body, turning it into a hedgehog. So it has passive traits. I underestimated you. Lin Moyu didn't care and swung his axe. Skill Berserk Barrage. A strong red light burst out from the axe, illuminating the surroundings. He had always seen the skeleton berserker use this skill, and now it was his turn to use it, an indescribable feeling. Lin Moyu was familiar with most professions and mastered the combat styles of each profession. The axe was one of the berserker's weapons, and Lin Moyu had used it before, and he was extremely proficient. This axe strike was even stronger than the skeleton berserker's. Boom! With a loud bang, the axe accurately struck the Roaring Fang Beast King's head. Crack! Lin Moyu seemed to hear the sound of bones cracking. The Roaring Fang Beast King let out a scream, and the thorns on its body shot out like sharp swords. The speed of the thorns was extremely fast, not much slower than lightning, giving Lin Moyu no chance to dodge. The thorns pierced through the bone armor and struck Lin Moyu's body. But the result was like a clay ox entering the sea. Lin Moyu didn't even feel a slight tremor. The smile on his lips grew stronger. With his 1 million constitution, and the world boss's strength only at 800,000, it was difficult to even break his defense. Without even using much damage transfer, Lin Moyu blocked it. For the first time, Lin Moyu felt his own power. Boom! Elemental explosion. The Roaring Fang Beast King screamed again and was blasted away. Although it was blasted away, it didn't actually suffer much damage. The power of elemental explosion was ordinary. After all, it was only a level 50 skill. Although the attributes were strong enough, the skill power was still weak. The only advantage was that it combined the sharpshooter's soul lock, and this skill could hit 100%, which was a bit stronger than the skeleton archmage. That was all. Then Lin Moyu tried a few more skills. With the support of a large number of basic attributes, skills like Soul Flame were enhanced. Skills like Bone Fangs and Toxic Starburst remained unchanged. 06. In general, the power accumulation skill greatly enhances attributes, but doesn't significantly boost overall combat power. Even with greatly enhanced attributes, its combat power is only equivalent to a few dozen skeleton berserkers, and it only lasts for 5 minutes. Lin Mo felt a sense of falling from the clouds. Is the Primal Rune's skill so useless? No, that's not it. This skill isn't used like this. Lin Mo suddenly realized the true purpose of the skill, and his whole being began to stir with excitement. Chapter 498. The True Use of the Power Accumulation Skill. Lin Mo thought of a possibility. His whole being began to get excited, and he swung his battle axe, battling the Roaring Fang Beast King. Relying on attributes far superior to the Roaring Fang Beast King, he beat it until it couldn't fight back. Berserk Massacre was only a single strike, after which Lin Mo used ordinary attacks, hacking away with one axe after another. After 3 minutes, the roaring Fang Beast King's appearance was already a tragic sight. Its entire body had been cut open by Lin Mo, and its life force had greatly weakened. If it weren't a boss with extremely powerful life force, it would have died countless times already. With Lin Mo's attributes, he could kill same-level monsters with 1 axe each, definitely not needing a second strike. Toward the end, the roaring Fang Beast King let out an angry shriek and fled in terror. Lin Mo didn't chase, as the skill's time was almost up. Considering it was my sparring partner, I'll spare it. Lin Mo probably wouldn't see another level 73 world-class boss like this again. Killing 10 or 100 such bosses wouldn't be as profitable as killing a single level 80 world boss. Lin Mo returned to the ancient city, and began to carefully ponder the idea that had suddenly come to him, imagining the possibilities. The power accumulation skill, on the surface, only enhances attributes, and it also has a limit. Even if I use it, my attributes are comparable to a level 70 world-class boss, which seems strong, but because I don't have matching skills, it's actually not that strong. And it only lasts for 5 minutes, so it's not very useful, far less useful than the army enhancement skill. Its true use isn't now, but in the future, Lin Mo said to himself, sorting out the idea that had suddenly come to him. As he sorted it out bit by bit, his idea became more and more complete, and he felt more and more that this possibility was entirely real. First of all, during the 3rd job change, I can activate this skill during the 3rd job change to completely break the upper limit of basic attributes, infinitely increasing the probability of job sublimation. Secondly, when my level is high enough, perhaps using this skill, my basic attributes can exceed the 10 million mark, reaching the category of a god. Meng Anwen once told him that the threshold for godhood was 10 million attributes. Regardless of the method used, as long as one can reach 10 million attributes, one can exert the power of a god to a certain extent. Of course, there would still be differences from a true god. That kind of divine power is also known as pseudo-godhood. All level 90 pseudo-gods have 10 million attributes. It won't be 10.01 million or 9.99 million, it's exactly 10 million. Pseudo-gods are all raised using special methods. Once that method is used, one gives up the future, forever remaining a pseudo-god with 10 million attributes without any further improvement. Lin Mo would naturally not consider that method, but now he has the opportunity to experience the feeling of godhood without affecting his future. The 2 possibilities have been sorted out, and just the first possibility makes this skill's value infinitely high. Finally, it may be the most important use of this skill. It can help me become an overgod. Lin Mo clenched his fists involuntarily. When this idea popped into his head, he was startled. But thinking back, it really is possible. According to Antares, after reaching level 98, and comprehending everything that should be comprehended, then, if one of the basic attributes exceeds 10 million, one can become an overgod. Not total attributes, but one of the basic attributes. Lin Mo knew very well how difficult this was, and he wasn't at all confident. But now, with the power accumulation skill, he saw hope. Lin Mo had already sorted out his thoughts. The possibility was very high, and the opportunity was not small. His eyes glowed with confidence, but there's still a prerequisite, to be able to retain this skill. Primal Secret Realm, I wonder how to retain the skill. The Primal Rune is both a skill and a key to enter the Primal Secret Realm. Everyone who obtains the Primal Rune must go to the Primal Secret Realm before becoming a god at the latest. Otherwise, once one steps into godhood, the Primal Rune will automatically disappear, and the attached skills will no longer exist. To permanently retain the skill, one must enter the Primal Secret Realm. But it's not that the skill can be retained just by entering the Primal Secret Realm. For most people, the skill still disappears after entering. And it disappears early. Some people obtained the Primal Rune at level 50-something, entered the Primal Secret Realm at level 60-something, and the skill had already disappeared when they came out. The powerful skill that could have been retained until before godhood was lost early. So when to enter the Primal Secret Realm, and whether to enter at all, has become a difficult choice. Later, many people chose to enter the Primal Secret Realm at level 89, leaving the hope to the end. In various records, the Primal Secret Realm is extremely sparsely documented. Originally, there were not many qualified entrants, only a few every century, and these people avoided talking about the Primal Secret Realm after coming out. In the end, very few documents were left behind. Lin Mo was also struggling with when to enter the primal secret realm. The primal secret realm is in the lower dimension, and he is currently in the lower dimension. As long as he wants to go, he can always find it. After thinking for a moment, Lin Mo took out Antares' dragon pearl. Using mental power to communicate, Antares. He called out several times, but there was no response. But Lin Mo knew that Antares could definitely hear him. There was a mysterious connection between the dragon pearl and Antares, which could be used to contact him. After several calls, Antares' slightly lazy voice finally sounded. The voice carried a hint of displeasure, disturbing this Venerable One's sleep. This Venerable One is in a bad mood. Lin Mo didn't care whether it was in a good mood or not, and directly asked, "Do you know about the primal secret realm?" Antares snorted coldly, "Of course I know, there's nothing in this world that this Venerable One doesn't know." Lin Mo said, "Then can you tell me about the primal secret realm?" No. Antares refused extremely decisively. Such a decisive answer gave Lin Mo a different idea. Combining the extremely sparse records of the primal secret realm by the human race over the years, and the reactions of the people who had entered. Was it that they didn't want to say, or that they couldn't say? Lin Mo sighed softly, his tone slightly helpless. "It seems you are the same." "The same as what?" Antares didn't understand Lin Mo's words. Lin Mo said, "The strong ones of history didn't dare to talk about the things in the primal secret realm. I originally thought that with your status, there shouldn't be any taboos. It seems you are the same, you also don't dare to say." "What nonsense are you talking about? What don't I dare to say?" Antares was furious. Lin Mo dared to look down on him. Antares said angrily, "The primal secret realm is just an assessment set up by that guy, according to." Speaking here, Antares suddenly shut up. "Damn kid, you're trying to trick me." "Oh 7. Lin Mo smiled slightly, "You think too much." He would never admit such a thing. Antares snorted, "You little bastard, if you ever try to trick me again, I'll blast you with dragon breath." Lin Mo's lips curled up slightly. He had already gotten a little something out of him anyway. Who exactly was that guy? Anyone who could be addressed like that by Antares probably wouldn't be weak. Lin Mo thought for a moment, then shamelessly opened his mouth again. "I've obtained another open black lens bracket primordial rune close black lens bracket. Do you think I should go in now or later?" "What, you got another open black lens bracket primordial rune close black lens bracket?" Antares was slightly surprised. There weren't many things in this world that could surprise it. However, Antares quickly calmed down. There are quite a few people who can obtain 2 open black lens bracket primordial runes close black lens bracket, but correspondingly the difficulty of retaining skills also increases. Lin Mo gleaned some more information from this. "So, should I go now or later?" "Of course you should go later. What's the point of going now?" Antares said casually. Lin Mo quickly followed up, "Then when is a good time to go?" Antares chuckled, "When to go? I'll tell you at the next transaction." After saying that, the light on the dragon pearl instantly went out. Antares cut off the communication, clearly hinting for Lin Mo to return. If he wanted to know the answer, he had to complete the current transaction first. From the conversation just now, Lin Mo had already grasped 2 key points. First, there was an assessment in the open black lens bracket primordial secret realm close black lens bracket. The assessment was artificially arranged, and it was estimated that one had to pass the assessment to retain skills. Second, after obtaining 2 open black lens bracket primordial runes close black lens bracket, the difficulty of the assessment in the open black lens bracket primordial secret realm close black lens bracket would increase, and the increase would not be small. From the second point, it could be inferred that if he obtained another open black lens bracket primordial rune close black lens bracket, the difficulty of the assessment would increase further. But Lin Mo had never thought about obtaining 3 open black lens bracket primordial runes close black lens bracket. No one in history had ever done it. Chapter 499, God Tier Formation. Careless. Crossing the wind lightning sea for the second time, Lin Mo discovered that the lightning had become less and weaker. He guessed it might be related to the fall of the god of lightning. As the lightning diminished, the gale seemed to have increased quite a bit. In just over 10 days, the wind-lightning sea had been dominated by wind. Not only the wind-lightning sea, but also the wind-lightning continent. The wind was obviously getting stronger. In the former Dragon Clan's base, a secret realm was shimmering in midair. Outside it, it was filled with deadly poison. Originally, the deadly poison covered an area of 10 kilometers, but after being burned by the fire spirit demon king, the poisonous gas had now shrunk to an area of 3 kilometers, many times smaller. The poisonous gas came from the essence blood of the god of deadly poison. The god of deadly poison was a middle-level god, much stronger than the fire spirit demon king. However, a drop of essence blood, without roots or sources, and without subsequent power, was why it could be burned and destroyed by the fire spirit demon king. If the god of deadly poison was here, it was estimated that the fire spirit demon king would die on the spot from poisoning after a little bit of poison. More than 10 days later, the deadly poison still showed no signs of dissipating. No one knew how long the deadly poison would last, not even Lin Mo, the instigator. It was precisely because of this that Lin Mo did not use the deadly poison lich in the battle of the ancient city. Otherwise, the poisonous gas would linger for a long time, and even affect the ancient city and the human race professionals inside. Otherwise, the 29th military badge on Lin Mo's shoulder would have another general star added, 4-star God General. It was not a dream. The Ice Flame Demon King, who was killed by him with the god-slaying lightning of the ancient lightning tower, did not bring Lin Mo experience and general stars. Lin Mo didn't feel sorry either. Being able to kill a demon king, no matter what method was used, was good. Lin Mo came here again, then flew straight into the poisonous gas and plunged into the secret realm. In the secret realm, poisonous gas also permeated. Centered on the exit of the secret realm, the area within a 5-kilometer radius was shrouded in poisonous gas. Lin Mo entered the secret realm and appeared in the center of the poisonous gas. 100% poison element immunity allowed him to move freely in the poisonous gas without any worries. There are traces of corpses. Lin Mo saw traces of corrosion on the ground. This was where a dragon race had been poisoned to death, then completely corroded by the poisonous gas, and finally burned the ground, leaving traces. There were quite a few such traces, lined up in a row. It could be seen that a dragon race army was stationed at the exit of the secret realm. This army should be puppet war generals. They are not afraid of death and did not flee. After dragging on for so long, the dragons in the secret realm have probably escaped. The possibility of the dragons having escaped was extremely high, but Lin Mo was not careless and remained cautious. There were many stories of capsizing in the gutter. Lin Mo learned lessons from history. Leaving the range of the deadly poison, Lin Mo summoned the Undead Legion. With the lightning undead wings buff, the 2 undead legions flew out in all directions. As the Undead Legion continued to search, the general terrain gradually emerged in his mind. Lin Mo flew into the high altitude and looked at the secret realm. The secret realm was very large, with an entire mountain range inside, stretching for hundreds of kilometers. This was the largest secret realm Lin Mo had ever seen, without exception. Such a large secret realm shouldn't be without native creatures. Did the dragons kill all the native creatures? As he continued to go deeper, Lin Mo saw traces left by the dragons in the mountains. Buildings like war fortresses, abandoned in the mountains and forests. The mountains and forests had been destroyed, obviously there had been a great battle here. Based on all the information obtained, the dragons should have had a great battle with the native creatures in the secret realm. In the end, the dragons won. Then the dragons built aerial fortresses outside the secret realm and guarded it with a large army, intending to firmly control the secret realm. Lin Mo felt that his guess should be correct. This secret realm should contain great secrets. Otherwise, after obtaining the benefits of the secret realm, the dragons would have left long ago, and would not have sealed off the entire secret realm. Continuing forward, hundreds of kilometers later, the mountain range began to fork, forming a canyon. The terrain of the Wind Lightning continent was mostly canyons and pools, and the secret realm was no exception. This canyon was very huge, with a depth of tens of kilometers, even larger than the Burial Lightning Canyon. If it wasn't in the center of the mountain range, this could no longer be described as a canyon, it should be called a plain. In the canyon, there was a pool with a diameter of about 100 meters. Around the pool were various buildings. Like this kind of pool, there were many on the Wind Lightning continent. Lin Mo didn't see anything special about the pool. The dragons built a military base around the lake. Lin Mo stopped far away, and found that it was very quiet here, and it was already empty. Judging from the traces left behind, the dragons left in a hurry. Lin Mo carefully looked at these buildings, and some clues could be seen from the appearance of the buildings. Some buildings were like factories. Lin Mo was now 100% sure that the secret of the dragons being able to mass-produce war general level puppets must be here. It's just that now the dragons are gone, it is estimated that the information was either taken away or destroyed. I wonder what's left. The skeletons had already gone down first, searching in every corner. A large number of skeletons flew in all directions. After a carpet-like search, it was found that there was no discovery in either the buildings or the surrounding area. There were still traces of burning in many places. So clean. Oh wait, really, nothing was left behind. Lin Mo slowly landed, and as soon as his feet touched the ground, his whole body suddenly sank. A tremendous pressure descended from the sky. Not good. His expression changed slightly as he looked up and saw a huge formation appearing in the air. The abyss was adept at using barriers, while the dragon race excelled at formations. This formation was actually set up in the air, hidden using a special method, which Lin Mo hadn't even noticed. The moment he touched the ground, the formation was activated. Immense pressure came down on him, making it difficult for Lin Mo to even breathe. With a deafening roar, the entire military base exploded. Terrifying power swept over everything, and Lin Mo was thrown away by the massive shockwave. The skeletal armor shattered instantly, and the force of the explosion slammed heavily into Lin Mo's body. The Lich generals, who had been released earlier, immediately began to frantically heal him. However, the power was too strong, mixing physical and elemental attacks, with an intensity that had reached the divine level. This was a divine level formation, possessing attack power comparable to a pseudo-god. Lin Mo could feel his undead army enduring unimaginable damage, and the Lich generals couldn't keep up with the healing. The explosions continued, and the shockwaves crashed against him like waves. At this rate, the undead army wouldn't be able to hold on. I was careless. He had only released 3 undead legions, and there were only 3 Lich generals outside. Relying on them to heal was naturally not enough. If he had released all the remaining undead legions and kept them outside the formation, it wouldn't have been a problem. But now, at the center of the formation's explosion, releasing the undead legions would only cause the skeletons to suffer even more damage and die faster. Lin Mo was tossed around like a candle in the wind amidst the continuous explosions. The formation bombarded the earth again and again, destroying everything within it. Lin Mo gritted his teeth and roared, the rune on the back of his right hand flashing, activating the open black lens bracket fighter close black lens bracket character. Skill. Power gathering. Mentally linking with all the undead legions, Lin Mo's attributes instantly soared to their limit. His constitution increased from over 90,000 to 1 million, a tenfold increase that drastically improved his defense. The damage was immediately reduced, giving the Lich general some breathing room. Lin Mo's figure finally stabilized, and he looked up to see over 100 magic crystals at the center of the formation. These magic crystals were continuously providing energy to the formation. As long as he destroyed these magic crystals, he could break the formation. Lin Mo gripped his axe, charging forward against the immense pressure. At this moment, not only his constitution but also his strength and agility had increased to 1 million. His speed was far beyond what it had been before. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed, and a dark shadow shot out from the pool, lunging towards Lin Mo with a fishy stench. A monster. Lin Mo reacted quickly, sweeping his axe horizontally, accurately hitting the dark shadow and producing a clang of metal. The dark shadow trembled all over but wasn't knocked away. Instead, it opened its bloody maw to bite. Lin Mo dodged and swung his axe several times in retaliation, but couldn't break through its defenses. A tremendous force reverberated from the axe, indicating that the opponent was very strong. Soulfire flickered on his left hand. A spark landed on the dark shadow, which immediately let out a miserable cry, trembling all over before falling to the ground. It feels pain. It's not a puppet. Lin Mo understood. With a flash of red light, the curse of aging descended. The dark shadow's speed immediately slowed down. Lin Mo took the opportunity to break free and rushed toward the formation at full speed. Red light flashed on the axe. Skill. Berserk Strike. Chapter 500. Are the dragon race's ancestors Chinese divine dragons? The skeleton berserker's skill amplified instantaneous burst power to an astonishing degree. Equivalent to the full burst of 700 points of strength attribute, it was very close to the pseudo-god level. Even if it wasn't as powerful as the formation's burst, the difference wasn't significant. Moreover, Lin Mo didn't intend to confront the formation head-on, but only to destroy the magic crystals within it. breaking through from a point, using the small to overcome the large. Although the formation was powerful, it also had its weaknesses. Especially the formation before him, which had completely abandoned its defensive capabilities in pursuit of offensive power. The dragon race probably believed that under the formation's continuous attacks, Linmo would have no chance to rush up and destroy it. So they turned all of the formation's defensive capabilities into offensive capabilities, making the formation's attack power reach the pseudo-god level. Indeed, they almost succeeded, but they were just short. Linmo used the power-gathering skill to clear the way, enduring the formation's rounds of attacks, and rushed to the magic crystals, bringing his giant axe down heavily. With a deafening roar, the largest magic crystal located at the very center of the formation shattered. It was the central hub of the entire formation. Once it was destroyed, the formation's power plummeted, instantly reducing by about half. Then the undead legions appeared and began attacking the other magic crystals. Linmo focused his attention on the suddenly appearing dark shadow. It was over 20 meters long, its entire body covered in scales, resembling a snake or python. It even had hundreds of pairs of small wings on its back. It looked extremely strange. After being attacked by the soulfire, it fell to the ground and rolled before shooting over again. Linmo cast a detection spell to see what it was. Dragon Race Iron Scale Python. Level 88. Strength 1,000,000. Agility 1,200,000. Spirit 600,000. Constitution 1,500,000. Skills: Dragon Breath, Entanglement. Traits: 50% physical damage reduction. So this is the Iron Scale Python. Linmo understood, finally realizing what this thing was. A total of 4.3 million attributes, a level as high as 88, made it powerful enough even without any special abilities. The Dragon Race Iron Scale Python was a member of the Dragon Race, and a very special existence within the Dragon Race. Living among the Dragon Race was a monster called the Iron Scale Python, which was tamed by the Dragon Race. After a series of cultivation and training, it eventually became a combat weapon of the Dragon Race. The Iron Scale Python's base attributes weren't high at a low level. But at a high level, after being stimulated and fed by the Dragon Race using special methods, its attributes would increase explosively. Almost comparable to a Dragon Race warrior with a high-level ancestral bloodline. 09. Moreover, it is very obedient and an excellent combat weapon. However, an level 88 Dragon Race Iron Scale Python is also very rare within the Dragon Race. Unexpectedly, the Dragon Race actually arranged it here to kill me. Since the Iron Scale Python is here, then there must also be Dragon Race warriors here. Only when the Dragon Race warrior with ancestral bloodline and the Iron Scale Python cooperate with each other can it exert its maximum combat power. The Iron Scale Python let out an unpleasant roar and collided with Lin Moyu again. In the state of gathering power, although Lin Moyu's attributes are still not as good as the Iron Scale Python's, his combat skills make up for some of the deficiencies in attributes. Due to the influence of the curse, the Iron Scale Python's speed is much slower than usual. In addition to Lin Moyu's powerful and perfect combat skills. With the ebb and flow, Lin Moyu completely gained the upper hand. The damage was amplified, and the Iron Scale Python's defense was broken under Lin Moyu's attack. Scales shattered and flesh splattered. The flesh fell into the pool, and the pool boiled violently. Afterward, small Iron Scale Pythons flew out of the pool. Lin Moyu's eyes narrowed sharply, so the secret is in this pool. Because there were too many pools in the Wind and Thunder continent, Lin Moyu didn't pay attention at first. Unexpectedly, the real big secret of the secret realm was right under his nose, in this pool. The formation finally completely collapsed under the onslaught of the Undead Legion. Amidst the rumbling sound, the formation exploded into fragments. The Undead Legion quickly rushed down and fought with the small Iron Scale Pythons that rushed out of the pool. These small Iron Scale Pythons were not powerful and were not a match for the Undead Legion at all, and were quickly killed. At this moment, spatial fluctuations appeared in the distance, and a space-time channel appeared in the secret realm, and two Dragon Race members flew out of the space-time channel. One of them, Lin Moyu recognized, was the Dragon Race commander who had fled in embarrassment before. It possesses the ancestral bloodline and is the highest level in the Dragon Race. Its status can be compared with the Dragon Race Dragon King. But with its level, it cannot control the level 88 Iron Scale Python. So needless to say, the other one is the real master. Finally here, Lin Moyu said with a smile. After they appeared, the iron scale python gave up continuing to entangle with Lin Moyu and flew towards the two dragon race members. Lin Moyu did not pursue, but looked at them. The iron scale python flew to the other dragon race warrior's side, hissing softly, looking very pitiful. That sound was like a child being bullied outside, crying and going home to ask their parents for help. That dragon race warrior also reached out and gently stroked the iron scale python to show comfort. It is the master of the iron scale python. According to the rules of the dragon race, the master of the level 88 iron scale python must be at least level 88, and must be an ancestral bloodline. Lin Moyu had to take the level 88 ancestral bloodline seriously. You are Lin Moyu? It asked in a low voice. Lin Moyu chuckled, you know the answer, what about you? Level 88 ancestral bloodline knight, Tatar. It raised its head very proudly. As an ancestral bloodline, a knight as high as level 88, seeing that he could become a dragon king with one more step, and also an ancestral bloodline dragon king, Tatar was fully qualified to be proud. Once it becomes a dragon king, it will be one of the people with the highest power in the dragon race, second only to the dragon emperor. Lin Moyu smiled, not bad, what about you? Defeated opponent. The other dragon race, who also possessed the ancestral bloodline, showed anger and let out a low growl. The 4 words, defeated opponent, were too harsh. His pride did not allow him to fail. Tatar said, where did our ancestral bloodline's pride go? What's so great about failing once, just kill your way back. It nodded, its eyes staring at Lin Moyu with killing intent, level 85 ancestral bloodline warrior, Tashir. Tatar, Tashir, looks like they are a family. Lin Moyu said lightly. Tatar said, that's right, we are 2 brothers. I didn't expect that such a genius would appear in the human race, but the thing I like to do most is to slaughter geniuses. The formation we set up failed to kill you, which is enough to prove that your strength is very strong. You are worth my shot, I will make your head into jewelry and hang it on my chest to show my strength. It stuck out its long tongue and licked the corner of its mouth, with a strong bloody smell. Lin Moyu didn't know where this guy got the courage, which God gave it the confidence that it could definitely kill him. On the other hand, Lin Moyu didn't have complete certainty to kill it either. After all, if he really couldn't beat it, the dragon race's ability to escape was still very strong. Tashir whispered, brother, this guy is very strong, you have to be careful. Tatar laughed loudly, no matter how strong he is just a human race of only level 53. These words made Tashir a little ashamed, it was defeated by this human race who was only level 53 in front of him. A huge 2-handed sword appeared in Tatar's hand. As a knight, it did not use the standard sword and shield combination, but used a 2-handed greatsword. Such a knight has weaker defense, but its combat power is greatly enhanced. The iron scale python came to its feet and let Tatar stand on its head. The auras of the 2 merged into one at this moment, and rapidly increased. The dragon race's ancestral bloodline plus the iron scale python is their strongest combat state. Tatar raised his 2-handed longsword high, as a respect for you, I will kill you with the strongest power. Saying that, it roared, ancestral transformation. Different from Tashir's previous burst of ancestral bloodline, it is obvious that Tatar now has stronger control and utilization of its own bloodline. A huge dragon phantom appeared in the air. Lin Moyu was stunned, this dragon, how is it not the dragon race's kind, but the dragon in Chinese mythology? Is there something wrong? Seeing Lin Moyu in a daze, Tatar thought that Lin Moyu was shocked by himself, and couldn't help laughing wildly. Be shocked, this is our dragon race's ancestor. One day, I will completely return to my ancestors and transform into a dragon. Saying that, it roared and rushed towards Lin Moyu. The dragon phantom in the air also merged with it at this moment, its power increased again, its whole body was surrounded by the dragon phantom, powerful and amazing. Lin Moyu was indeed a little shocked, more curious about this world. There are many questions in my heart, but now, let's fight first. At this time, the gathering power skill was about to end, taking advantage of the last time, he suddenly waved his axe and slashed over.